That's about to get things underway with Jade Kutsia and Rotoflow Capital Houghton.
Hello, Ashley.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 334 World Cup qualifier. We are on day 3 today of the horse show, and we have our first horse jumping now. This is Jade Kutsia and Rotoflow Capital Houghton. She just had number 2 down, and now we're going to the double, which is double of verticals, 3AB, and I walked 6 strides here from 4 to 5. 6. And then you go inside the Toyota, and the time starts now. So I think the faster horses of the class will be going inside 4 and tight around this number 1 here to the Radium Oxa, which she's coming to now. Yeah. And I think the horses that are going to want to win are going to have to go inside there, which is a very tight turn. I wouldn't be doing it, I don't think. And now we go to the 3-3-4 combination. After this combination, 7 strides to the Good Show vertical. And now she turns back to the last jump, the Toyota Oxa. So what did she end on there? 12 faults?
$54.47, but 12 on the board. The fence is 2-5 and 11 down for Jade Kutsia. Just inside that second phase time allowed, which is 55 seconds. Jade half a second within that. Stuart Barker takes the bell at number 2 with iFarmer LJ's Captain Bear for iFarmer Pty Limited. The proud sponsors of this 1 meter 35 2-phase competition.
Stuart's had this horse for quite a few years, so I'm sure they'll be looking to go quite quickly as we get through the first phase.
Yeah, and he's always quite competitive as well. So let's see what he does here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Good there. He's got the 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's see if he's going to give it a go this morning. He's gone round here. It's actually so far riding a really nice smooth round. Go around here, I'm sure.
This whole line, 10A, B, all the way back to the Good Show, it's quite a technical line past the gate like that.
So I walked the course with Ronnie, and he told me that he's going to go 7 strides from 10AB to the Good Show, and the first horse did 10 and that horse just did 9. So maybe Ronnie's planning on he's clearly wanting to win. Yeah, it was a very nice smooth round.
4 for jumping, 6 for time in 60.27 seconds, a score of 10 for Stuart Barker. Christopher Nicholas, Capital Carlton, that's your bell. Number 3 on the program. Stand by. Number 4, Capital Chico. Complete your warm-up. 5, Fran Laren.
Okay, now we have Capital Carlton and Christopher James Nicholas.
Okay, Ash, I'm going to go to the most extensive video, so I'm done filling in. See you later.
Thank you, gorgeous.
Morning, Ash. Morning, viewers.
Hello,
Sorry.
Stan.
I had a horse, opportunity to ride a horse that was too good to turn up. So, quick round in the 110s and I'm back.
You're back, and you don't know the track. So this is 6 strides from 4 to 5. And then we're going to do a turn back to the Prestige Oxa. And I think you're going to have to go inside here if you want to win. And inside after the radium. But no one's done that turn yet. Oh. Seemed just a little bit deep at both those jumps.
Yeah, I've had a nice smooth round so far from Christopher. Also, maybe just losing a bit of steam towards the end of the track here.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was telling George earlier that Ron and I walked the track, and he told me he's going 7 from the 334 to the Good Show, and the first 3 horses have done 10, 9, and 9. So I don't know if he's planning on.
Is Ronnie riding Cornetto in this?
No.
Then he's got no chance. I don't know. He obviously slept well last night.
He's got 3, so maybe let's see what he does. He's got 3 chances at getting 7, 9. What did I say? 7 strides.
7 strides. So Capital Carlton actually jumping a good round. Chris trains with David Wilkin. You did as a child rider.
I did.
And shows he always produces very classy riders. So next up, Capital Chico, ridden by Chelsea Gertenbach. This combination, quite a speedy pair.
Yeah, they're always very competitive.
It's still quite a new relationship, but Chelsea and her sister are super competent and competitive riders and very stylish always, and quick against the clock. So this will be a good round to watch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this partnership would be quite new to this level as well. I've seen them jump quite a few 130s.
I'm not sure, but I think there's a couple horses going up at this show because it's our first. What did we have? We had President's Cup, which was the first sort of big one of the year. Then we had Easter Show, where no one really wants to go up for the first time.
Out on the grass, yeah.
And now we have the 334 World Cup, and this arena is always quite friendly-ish in terms of jumping your first one.
And I think you know what you're in for with the footing, and you know what the show's usually going to run like.
And we often can train here, whereas we can't at the Bob Charter. So I think people are a little bit more confident.
And the horses, I think, get to jump in this arena as young horses, so they're much more confident jumping in here. She's really keeping up a good ground speed. Let's see, after she gets through this double, what Ron's imaginary 7 is like.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, well, Ron's number 11, so
not long to wait.
13.
But
so it's
9,
going to be
and she was definitely backing up the last few strides at that good short, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Time in the second phase at 47.40 and leading all the fences standing, but the Chelsea Gertenbach, the first phase time allowed.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit under the pace in the first round. Just ending up with a few time faults.
Okay, now we have Holly Smith on Bodaloon. I love how this girl rides.
She rides beautifully.
Yeah.
She trains with your previous instructor, Dominic Alexander.
Yes.
Another man who produces rider after rider who rides stylishly and all very effective in the way of riding.
And she came inside the Toyota to that double there, which no one's done yet. So let's see, maybe she'll be our first sort of competitive rider to go.
I think also it just takes the pressure off you in the first round after hearing that Chelsea got those time faults. It's going to allow her to keep her horse a little more relaxed and together in this first part. Probably hoping that she can set sail now in the speed section.
Oh, she's come inside here. Oh, yeah. Nice ride.
Nice forward and open to number 7 there. I think Holly, super talented young rider and such a nice lady as well. She's got a big career ahead of her.
Girl. Let's see. Oh, she's going inside. So this is the first one that's tried this. Oh,
and breathes on it and it comes down.
very unlucky. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so she did 8 there.
Okay, so Ron might not be.
Maybe.
be
And
too
she's the
far off
first
the
one to
money.
go inside to the last as well. So that was our first sort of rider that did all the turns.
Holly Smith, a highly competitive rider, taking a daring inside turn to fence number 9 in that second phase. Unfortunately, it doesn't come off for her. She pulls that rail and pressures on 4 penalties. But the time, 43.21, the quickest we've seen
Yeah.
by some margin.
So next up we have Yanni Kleinans riding
There is lots of time.
riding Jade Walsh's Freedom.
Next on track, you watch number 6.
Jade, if I'm not mistaken, had a foot surgery the other day.
I see so.
You riding her other.
And I'm riding her
horse.
other horse, Montano, in the 120s.
Saw had a nice ticket yesterday.
Yeah, second. I was feeling daring for a change.
She must have been really scraping the barrel looking for someone to ride that horse. She asked you.
So complimentary, Sten, thank you. But Yanni's done a really good job with this horse. I must say, they actually formed a great partnership.
Yeah, I think, every horse has its rider, and this horse maybe in the beginning wasn't so comfortable, and he really seems to have found his match with Yanni.
Good.
Good shot there
Yeah,
forward and
nice and
confidence
competitive.
number 7. It's amazing how I think a lot of the viewers will see how the mistakes start to creep in later on in this course when the horses pick up speed. It's one thing to be able to have your horse controlled at a slower tempo, but I think our goal always is to try and get the horses up to tempo as quick as we can and still keep the controls, and that's where often we found some difficulties.
Also, just the placing of that radium oxide, it's the colors are very strange, and that jump falls a lot.
Especially with that, I think Anne-Marie, a top course designer, and Kevin have both said to me that they think the horses often have a look down at that little board underneath the front rail.
Maroon board, yeah.
Yeah. Is that maroon, or if I'm not mistaken, is it not white on the other side? It's got a white stripe on it, I think.
Oh, okay. So it's like a mixture of those two colors. Okay, so who's next?
Very near Phoenix Quarrel up next, number 7 on the program. Sunny Park Stable, Sean DeCure standing by, then 9. Optima Callahoo Lebanon complete your warm-up.
So now we have Kerry Muir on Phoenix Quarrel.
Owned by Oliver Bishop.
Oh, he's sitting lazy on the stands in his shorts today, I don't know. But Kerry gets a good tune out of this horse. I've watched them a little bit. Kerry hails from KwaZulu-Natal, from a very sporting family, and she's got big match temperament, this girl. Well, lady now.
Yeah,
I've known
she
her
is
since
always
she was
very
just a kid.
competitive. Yeah, exactly. But she's always very competitive.
The only thing longer than her list of achievements is that ponytail out the
I'm
back.
so envious of that plat.
Let's see, she's made light work of that first half of the
Yeah.
track.
She was a really nice ride there to that
Sure.
Prestige Oxer.
She's no stranger to a bit of speed.
Let's see what she does here.
Giving herself a bit more room than the others.
Yeah.
To get a bit straighter, I think.
Let's see if she clears it.
Obviously
horse
identifying
jumped that well.
Yeah, that radium is a bit of a bogey fence. So she's going around, but
going
she
around.
is keeping her pace up. Yeah, if you see, she's just going a stride or two wider than a few of the other horses, giving her horse a chance to get straight and really understand the task ahead of him.
3, 4, 6, 7.
I
Okay.
think Ron's, I don't know that I've ever said that he's wrong before, and I don't think I'll get to say it again today, because it looks like the
I've
7.
said that quite a few times.
You're his wife, you're allowed to. Very lovely clear round.
Yeah, that was super.
Lovely
And
ride.
our first clear of the
I think
grass
First
puts her into
clear
the
for
lead.
Yeah.
Phoenix Quarrel in 47.64. But as we saw with Holly Smith, there are additional turns that can be taken. So the potential
Okay, now we have number
still
8,
saves
Sunny
some
Park
time.
Stables,
Claire
Sean
in
de
the
Keur
back.
and Marlene
She's
Greef.
down there in Phoenix Quarrel at the top of the timesheets from the first 7 riders.
Obviously trains with
69
Nicola
of them
Syme.
still to come,
Yes,
with Marlene Greef up next. Sunny Park
And you can
Stables,
see it in her
Sean de Keur
riding.
is number 8.
She definitely tries to emulate her coach.
Yeah.
Even down to her turnout. She's always immaculately turned out, Marlene.
She had a nice ride there. Oh, she's going inside here. Obviously not wanting to risk getting a time fault in the first phase.
That pays the
Sort
price
of pays
a
the
little
price
bit.
for it, yeah.
The riders are definitely mindful of the time, so they've obviously decided it's a little tight after watching some of the early riders go. I think this is quite a big class with 77 horses.
Yeah, we're going to be spending a lot of time together this morning.
There's worse company I could keep.
I'm actually surprised that this 3-3-4 double is jumping well with those shadows over it this morning. I thought it might have caused a few more issues, but the horses seem happy and confident over it.
I was actually just looking at that thinking I've got a few horses that would rather canter right past it on the inside line.
That was a nice smooth round.
I mean, with one down, won't be in the tickets today, but I think she'll be happy with that round. That was really, really classy, smooth, and an easy round for her. Marlene building her way up at this level, so I think that's an amazing ride.
Okay, now we have number 9, Optima Callahoo Lebanon. And this, is it Utman Minty?
Yes,
He
Utman Minty.
is on the...
No, he's
Is
the
he
brother.
not on
He's
the
the
run?
brother.
The brother of the young rider team. Okay.
So this horse
They
originally...
all knew this lately. I feel like I was telling Ron that I feel like a lot of these riders are at this, come up into the adult levels, the junior riders. They're
all
new-
quite young still,
Yeah.
new to these classes.
So-
His brother is the youngest rider in that Tri-Nations,
Oh, I see. Okay.
Tri-Nations event. I think
But
he's
both
only
these boys
16.
ride beautifully. Also trained by Chad Cunningham, correct?
Yes, originally with Grant Langley in Natal and have recently
Okay.
moved over to Chad. They have a beautiful property in Summerveld. This horse originally bought by Amy Jane from Natal.
And I love this horse.
And also quite a new partnership for Utman. So, and the horse it's not like the horse had jumped Grand Prix before. The horse is also new to this level. So, and he really seems to keep a lid on him, keep him nice and calm. Getting away with a little rub there at the radium. Looked like he
was
going to
go inside. Yeah, in the air. He sort of looked straight to the rear net like he wanted to turn inside. Beautiful round though, and really, really nice rider, I must say.
Another son of Lissabon with outstanding technique and looks to match. Yeah, Utman riding a really classy round here, smooth.
Super there to the
And
last.
forward, and that gives us our second clear round. Not quite as quick as Kerry, 3 seconds off her pace, but
clear's
really
clear.
smart.
50.69, we are clear all the way for Utman Minty, his time.
Okay.
3 seconds slower than Kerry Muir and Phoenix Qual, who's still...
Now we have Lacano Ballard with Kayla Gertenbach. Kayla now training with Gonda.
As is half of South Africa.
Recently. Yeah, Gonda's very busy at the moment. She wins a lot on this horse.
This horse has won a lot in the 135s and the 140s, and over a long period of time. Chelsea, Kayla's younger sister, we saw ride in this class earlier. They're both very neat and accurate riders.
Yeah, beautiful rider. I've been riding with Kayla since, I don't know, we were both in children's, and she's always been such a nice, beautiful, competitive rider. Very elegant.
And a person as well. I don't think you could find a person in the equestrian community that would have a bad word to say about her. She's just a lovely lady.
Yeah, very, very sweet girl, is always positive, and
has a nice word and a positive comment for everyone.
And she's definitely going to give it a go. I mean, there she was quite quick. Let's see what she does here.
Looked like she did about 2 or 3 strides less than anyone else from that prestige jump to the Cape vertical.
Oh, that was a good ride. Let's see if she's going to go, inside. Oh, the horse makes a plan, hey?
Yeah, it just
really
sort of
good.
fell off her inside rein for a second there. She was really patient.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's your
Okay.
7. Great Ronnie Healy.
Inside, fast to the last, so surely that's in the lead. Did she have the last down? No.
I think she left that up, so that's going to take some beating. into the lead by a good 8 seconds.
Sure.
7.5 seconds. So
That's
yeah.
going to take some riding to get in front of her.
Next up we have Ronnie Hausberger
No.
riding.
Is it?
Yes.
No, we got Paige
Oh,
first.
sorry. Paige
Lacan, no, Bijan's Lexus next.
8 to 9, and it pays dividends
With
because
Paige
the
Gage.
top stops in 59,
Also a new partnership.
That's
Yes,
Fairly new.
fairly new partnership.
I
I think still trying to figure each other out a little bit.
Yes.
This horse has been quite spicy with Paige. Let's see what he's come out like today. He looks nice and controlled going there to number 1.
Is he quite a fiery horse?
He's always been blood,
Okay.
but in more recent times I've seen him. You know, sometimes when horses are super fit and well and strong, they can get quite a lot.
It's
And
probably
Paige-
all that beautiful fresh barley he's eating at the stables, at their yard as well.
Yeah, and
Nice
Paige-
grassy paddock.
Paige is a petite girl, and I think he's quite a big horse. So when he gets a lot, he's
4,
a lot.
5, 6. Good turn back there.
Sure, really positive there at number 7.
And he looks like he sort of takes over a little bit, but he likes to take her, which is nice for a girl, especially, I think.
For sure, and when he spots where he's going, he definitely locks on.
Yeah, it always makes the girl's life a bit easier because we're obviously not as strong.
I love to ride like a girl as well.
Well,
having
it's
to-
because you're the size of one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh,
Just getting a bit strong with her down the
Yeah.
hill there.
yeah, sort of just could have backed up a little bit more and sat on his hind leg there. Did he have the last
And he
down
had the
too?
last, so just getting a bit strong
Yeah,
towards the end.
I
But
think-
I've watched a lot of Paige in this horse, and I think she'll be quite happy with that round because she knows it's moving in the right direction
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, the first 10 jumps of that course were pretty
Smooth.
picture perfect.
Yeah, and just at the end there, just if anything, could have just been on his
I
hind
think you
leg a little
called it
bit more.
early. I think you called it early. You said he takes charge
Yeah.
a little bit. And like any
Good round.
any good guy, he does it more and more the more he can towards the end, takes advantage.
Okay, we have Connor now. Verdant Capital's Callagher Connor and Ronnie Healy. This horse owned by Tanya Strauss, who unfortunately had a bit of a bad fall at Easter Show, so Ron's taken the ride until she's back in the saddle.
And not a bad substitute rider for anyone.
No, and not a bad horse to get into your string either.
No, I sold Tanya, I think, her first pony, a pony called Foresight Soft
really?
Landing. So, yeah,
Oh, and I love this horse. I would
I think
really
you,
love to have this
I
in
think
my
you
string.
and a lot of other people. And someone who loves this horse a lot is Ronnie as well. He thinks
Yes.
the world of the horse.
Yes. He's
and
super
that-
competitive, careful.
Yeah, and they've had some
Scopy.
amazing results
Yeah.
together.
Such a nice horse. Let's see if he's going to give it a go. I'm sure out of the 3 he's got, this is the one he's going to
Pitch against
Push
the clock
the
the
most,
most.
yeah. go inside. There you go. Oh. And he's quicker there, I think.
Yeah, he's been quick and tight everywhere.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
There you go.
Yep.
All
Proved
the
wrong.
ties. Yeah.
That
Good
was a
round.
brilliant round. And it's the quickest, yes.
Yep.
Into the lead.
Super ride
Sure.
for Ronnie Healy. We said they could be quick.
A
and
good
they proved just how quick.
1
Going
second
quicker than
faster than
But
Kayla,
into the
and I
lead.
mean that takes some doing. So we said she was going to be the one to beat.
And
Ronnie
now
does
Leona
it.
van der Merwe, and the
Okay,
fourth
now we
seed.
got Hamlet and Leona van der Merwe.
Move forward. It's still early days in this class. Down.
Obviously a
Six,
horse
four
that
to
she's
come.
riding that's not part of the 334 stud.
Yes,
Yeah?
I think bred by her family, the Van Amstels.
Okay.
And a horse that'll be new to this level. They've produced it. I mean, they bred it, backed it, and have produced it to this level
I was
themselves.
about to say, I don't know, maybe I'm always doing other things when these classes on,
You
but
do
I
have
actually
two
never,
children under
yeah,
the age
I've
of
never
3.
really sat and watched this horse, so it's nice for me to see something new.
It's probably because with the Van der Merwes, the two of them, it was jumping 90 centimeters 6 months ago. That's why you wouldn't know by now. Leona's lucky enough to have Chris van der Merwe, her husband, on the ground. I mean, he's a master when it comes to producing horses. They make a good team because Leona herself is a master at winning classes. So
yeah, and the horse a little
quite
bit
a formidable team.
A little bit green there. Hey, didn't sort of finish
for sure.
behind, but jumping really, really nicely actually.
And still a very young horse.
Yeah, looks like it.
So he'll have a good
nice
future
horse.
ahead of him. Yeah.
Especially with Lee producing him, he'll be off to a good start with her. That was a nice jump.
A while ago, I think the horse was for sale.
Okay.
And then Chris saw someone trying the horse
And decided it's not for sale anymore.
maybe made the horse think once or twice, and Chris saw, I think, a bit more in the horse, so they
Bit more
decided to
potential.
keep it and produce him on a bit. Yeah. A really good round.
Very, very nice round.
I think that could be that horse's first 135.
And
so
definitely one to watch in the future. I really like it.
for sure, and I think it's son of Hummer.
Okay, yes.
938, one time penalty in the second phase.
Okay, who next?
The great Charlie Crockett.
And Tack and Tog's legend. This one as well. I mean, who doesn't love this horse?
Yeah, he's a picture and quite some entertainment to watch jump. So treat yourself, viewers. He's quite excited to get to number one as well.
Charlie bought this horse when we went to Germany together, just before COVID, and she bought Legend and I bought Crumble on that trip. Yeah, when we went to the German Friendship. So it was actually quite a successful trip.
Very successful trip. I mean, two of the most talented young horses that this country has at the moment.
I
So
love this boy.
for those of you, if you can't see on the live stream, he hasn't got big white socks in front. Those are white bandages. I think Charlie just really respects the care that this horse has, and she doesn't want him to ever knock a pole too hard.
And scare himself. Oh, just had that behind. That was a bit of a silly one. But how's that canter? It's so powerful. And so balanced.
He really made up for his mistake at number 5 when he went to number 6 there. Yeah,
Good boy.
good. I always joke Charlie is the master of faster. She is very, very competitive.
Sure. Having a little look at that.
And this would be one of the more subdued rounds that you've seen
For
from
sure.
Charlie.
On this,
'cause-
and especially I think on this horse, she is doing a long-term production job with him and
yeah,
not rushing him.
She definitely ran him against the clock a bit more as a younger
Yeah.
horse, and then seems to have just taken her time, taken the foot off the gas a little bit.
Just getting there too easily. A little bit running through her hand, a little bit towards the end here.
Never a bad problem to have when a horse has too much step.
Oh, good boy. Sure. Definitely going to be a top one for us in the future there
And it's
to
going to be
watch.
exciting to see a lot of his progeny, because I know lots of people have bred with him.
Yes.
So that's an exciting thing to come in the future.
Legend, the time of 54.29, scrapes inside the time allowed in that second phase. Oscar Kube next to go.
Okay, now we have Oscar and Kube with Sifikile, Kim Kardashian, Van Timbos.
I love this horse.
Sten, this is another one that I hear around when I'm walking around the show, but I've never really sat and watched it.
Carrying one of two of your small children. Young children, they're not small.
But I always hear good things when I do hear it clear around. I think it's a good horse.
She's lovely. A lot of blood. Oscar's doing a great job with her.
Obviously owned by the Sifikile Consulting, who Ozzy's the rider for, correct?
Yes, yeah. They're very generous owners, and they've formed a good partnership and team with Oscar.
Yeah.
And Kat.
6 there.
This mare is electric against the clock.
Is she imported?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
What gave it away? The Funton Boss
Yeah,
at the end.
the Z at the end, I'm thinking here, the Zangazada.
Sure, look at your knowledge.
I know, I'm not really a breeder, but every now and then.
Makes two of us. Sure, horse showing good technique there at the radiant jump. Getting a little bit unbalanced around the turn. Oscar just keeping her together.
And Ozzy also just sort of looking like he's doing a production
round
for her. Yeah.
For sure. She's also a horse that's fairly new to this level.
Oh, that was a good ride.
Sure, looks like Oscar's really getting the hang of that horse, and they're really learning each other, because that was lovely.
Now another favourite, Callahose Cartier with Raina Corba.
Callahose Cartier is owned by the Callaho Warm Blood Stud.
I could also happily.
Oscar also falling victim there to the clock. Other riders get some time faults, but he won't be phased about that. Like you say, that was a production round.
A production round. Really good round.
Ray on track now, another pupil of Gonda Beatrix. Another power couple, much like Ashley and Ronnie Healy. Ray and John are both very competitive and successful riders. And it's quite cute to see their daughter getting up into the ring now, and she's a competitive little girl as well, and a toughie. I saw her have a fall. John was showing me the other day, she had such a bad fall the other day, and they were ready to take her to the hospital.
And she just got up and brushed
she told them, no, we get back on. Wiped the dust off her hat, and I think Jean, it sounded like the most upset thing she was about her helmet being dirty.
Ray having such a good round here. I love the stallion.
Yeah, another one that Ray's taken his time with, I think. But is really starting to.
Job.
Yeah, he's really starting to reap the rewards, because this horse is looking a real picture.
And I'm sure there's going to be a few of his foals coming up now on the. I don't know if there's any on the.
I don't think
this year's auction, but definitely I think in the near future there'll be some coming up for sale on the Callaho auction, which will be really exciting.
Ray's amazing. I mean, it looks like he's doing a training round at home over 90 centimeters on a Tuesday morning. His body control, absolutely perfect.
It's our fifth clear forecast. Raina Corba
our fifth clear round.
And into fourth.
Yeah, fourth. Not too far off the pace of Kerry Muir, just a second behind. So, but a good 10 seconds off the leading time of Ronnie Healy. So you know now just how fast Ronnie was going.
Okay, now we have Nicole Bates, who isn't on our running order.
Perhaps she's coming in
out of order.
Maybe she's
coming in out of order, yeah.
This horse, My Hercules, striking looking horse, lots of white markings. She trains with Arnold Buerta, and Robin Shaw, I know, has had a big hand in helping her.
And also a competitive horse.
Super competitive.
Yeah.
Super competitive, very quick horse. Sometimes it doesn't look like it's absolutely by choice. But Nicole does a good job at just keeping the lid on and trying to keep him together. Okay, so he's coming in a little bit early. He was supposed to be number 57 on our program. Perhaps she has a commitment somewhere else.
Yeah, he does tend to get a little bit stronger towards the end of the track.
There's some big shadow in front of number 7 is really helping the horses. It's like a nice big ground line. Oh, and I don't know if he just didn't lock on there at that jump. It's hard to tell from where we're sitting.
Yeah, we don't really have the greatest view of that jump.
I think the judges were concerned that maybe those poles were in the way at the back of number 9, but Nicole
she's
didn't seem phased. I did hear them ring the bell, so she's obviously taken their caution and is waiting for those poles to be picked up.
Okay, here we go.
You know, this new equipment is so light. You can see how the guys handle the poles. So hopefully that wouldn't have upset the horse too much.
I don't really know what happened there, but
yeah, obviously just some sort of miscommunication, because the horse looking
well.
outstanding the rest of the track. such a cruel part of our sport. I mean, you've just jumped. She's just jumped 15 efforts or 14 efforts around a course. You have a mistake at one, and it ends up being a round that you're going to have to go back and do some homework on, when in actual fact it was a really good round.
Yeah, not bad at all.
So next up,
back on track, Habanero S and Jonathan Clark.
I think Jonathan needs no introduction.
No, not at all. And this horse is also such a nice, competitive, fast horse for him. I mean, he wins a lot.
And also by Hummer, a daughter of Hummer, who Jonathan was so successful on for so many years for the Slade family. So really nice to see some of the successful stallions that we've had.
Yeah,
their progeny coming through, and being
nice horses,
being just as successful.
Did he have number 2 down? It sounded like he touched it.
Heard it touch, but I haven't seen anyone run to pick it up.
Jono obviously gonna ride this track beautifully.
Yeah,
not often making a mistake.
You'll have to make sure you're watching closely if you want to see the speed section, because it's not going to take long.
Little touch there.
This mare can do that a little bit.
Oh, I don't know why I did that. Sure.
Obviously something just not feeling quite right.
Circle. There you go.
Giving an exhibition the second time. Also, the sun's still quite low on the way to this number 7. A lot of the riders look like they're having to look quite hard.
Sure, Jono's just going to do a bit of a production round now for her.
Yeah, he'll take it easy and know that the champs is still to come.
Yeah. It's a nice jump.
I always tease Jono and I tell him, if you don't win the Welcome Stakes, you can't win them all. He's more of a builder-upper to the championships usually, so yeah, he'll be one to watch on championship day on this mare.
No, for sure. This mare's always in the top.
Well, no harm done with that little circle. Obviously just something wasn't right there, so...
Yeah, maybe the mare was just getting a little bit stuck on the fence down there.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think she might have locked onto that last fence at number 12.
Yes.
Oh, not just a pretty face.
Yeah,
you do know what you're talking about.
Sometimes I do have a good 2 cents.
Maybe Ronnie should listen more often.
Now we have Sapphire Rain and Fiona van Vollenstier. Rides at Burlington.
Yeah, another Burlington.
Anna or David?
She rides with David. Yes. Another stylishly turned out rider and horse from Burlington, as you would expect.
Yeah. His coat is so nice and shiny.
Might have something to do with that vacuum cleaner that they groom with. I don't know if I'm going to be in trouble for giving away their secrets now.
I don't know, but I think I might need to hear about this.
I spend quite a lot of time riding horses at Burlington with Fiona, so I get to see her a lot, and she's a beautiful rider. Oh, horse just touching that off in front.
Sort of like the horse was looking more at the Canon camera stand in the corner. Maybe it didn't sort of look like it
was paying
concentrating.
Too much attention.
Yeah. There you go.
No, they've been working on trying to ride to a bit more space with this mare, because she's careful, but when she gets a little deep, she can just try too hard too quick. Having said that, I don't think, if you've seen Fiona ride, she doesn't often make any mistakes. She's a pretty
very accurate
accurate rider. And very organized. Like you say, the horse is making light work of that double at number 10.
She went inside there to the last. That was a really nice round.
Yeah, unlucky that the horse just looked like didn't really lock onto
Yeah.
number 5.
Yeah, a little bit of an unlucky rail. Okay, now we have number 20, Izzy Miyake and Jackie Cochran.
So Jackie trains with Ray Corber. She's been a long-time pupil of his. I think Jackie likes the horses a little bit blood.
Yes. And this horse is also looking really well turned out this morning.
Gets away with a lucky rub at number 1. Jackie just waking him up a little bit to number 2. Can you remember the name of that hot horse that she was so
Beauty.
successful? Beauty van der
Beauty-
Pannenhoven.
Yes,
Hoover.
yes. And that was
she was successful on that
and
horse.
such a good mare.
They just needed to give her 3 minutes to get it to stop after the finish, but she had that an amazing
That was
partnership.
an
those
amazing
two.
mare.
Late falling
Yeah.
rail there at number
and
4.
there.
Number 5 starting to look like a bit of the
A little
bogey
bit of a
fence.
bogey fence.
There's a bit of activity behind that jump in the corner with horses in the warm-up as well.
He pushed a bit harder there, which was good. Jackie actually riding a really, really nice round, hey?
Yeah.
Those 2 rails were just a little bit.
I mean, if you could say more horse error.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we always look
I know
for
we always
reasons.
don't want to blame them, yeah.
We look for reasons
That's-
why we could have done something better or helped them, but it is also, that's why it's show jumping and not show winning. Sometimes they are animals, they can make mistakes.
The horse really trying hard now. The second half of the track.
Yeah.
2, 3.
Jackie's a super competitive rider, like we were saying about her last horse, Beauty. So, I mean, she'll be a little upset with those 2 rails, but I think still happy with the horse's performance and how the horse is feeling. The rideability looks really good.
Okay. Jakarta. Oh no, Morgan. And Philippa Baxter.
So
Jonathan Clark's horse?
Yes, Morgan originally brought in by Tamsin Wegrostek.
Yes.
Produced by Jonathan Clark. He was very successful and won
Yeah, I
a lot
remember
on the
him winning
horse.
a lot.
I was training the other day and I saw Pippa and said to her, she's done an amazing job to follow in the shoes of someone like Jonathan Clark, and she's kept up this horse's winning form. She's been just as successful as him on this horse. She's a big striding mare, careful and a lot of jump.
Sure.
And I think takes a bit of riding. I know a couple people tried her and really battled. So
Is she a bit cold? Or not?
I wouldn't say cold.
Okay.
Well, I think yes, a little
Takes
bit on the
a bit,
colder
yeah.
side. Takes a bit of riding, but is not cold and dumb.
Okay.
I think she's a
Yeah.
sensitive mare, but yeah, definitely takes a bit of riding.
Sure, Philippa rode a really nice ride.
Sure.
That radium going
She's-
inside here.
She trains with the
Super.
godfather of South African show jumping, Barry Taylor, who would have been telling her to kick fast,
To-
kick harder, go faster.
She riding a perfect sort of 2-phase in the sense that she was nice and controlled in the beginning, and now she's,
Setting sail.
yeah, giving it a go.
Sure, good ride.
44.
Moves into third, so for now on the podium, but still
Bad.
a lot of horses to come. So, but she'll be happy with that round.
Yeah, and that's a super ride and a super horse.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna be up in the 140s sooner rather than later.
As were Kayla Gerstenbach aboard Latano Milan, who occupies.
Okay, now we have Jakarta and Marlies Foster Labuskachny.
Marlies brought this horse in as a young horse, if I'm not mistaken, like as a 2-year-old,
Okay.
and has done all the production job herself. I saw he was licensed the other day at the.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a yellow ribbon in his tail, so
Yeah.
it's obviously a
It's been
stallion.
one of my favorite partnerships to watch. You didn't see much of him until the 110s, and then he just burst onto the
Sure.
scene.
Very nice.
She's a beautiful rider, and has done an amazing job with this horse, and I think he's going to be one to watch. Yeah, she had a horse, she was very successful, I think only up to the 140s in her younger years, and I think this horse is going to one up her junior horse. I think this is going to be a big time guy.
Oh, she's riding a beautiful round, so nice and smooth, and keeping that rhythm the whole way around.
He just looks like he's got it
Yeah.
all. Hey, size, rideability, scope.
Yeah,
Good
definitely one
mentality.
to watch, I must say. I don't often get to sit and watch these classes, like I said to you, which is actually quite nice having to do this commentary, because I have to watch them and focus a little bit.
Having to do the commentary.
Yeah.
I thought you asked to come sit with me for the morning.
Kaylee used her friend benefit.
Strange, I never got a phone call.
Going inside here. Sure, what a round, hey? Very, very nice to watch. Oh,
How unlucky.
Spoke
Back
too
rail
soon.
of the last. You'll learn the more you do this commentary.
The more that happens.
You can't tell anyone they're good until they're finished.
What a pity. That was really, really nice round.
We'll have to apologize to Molly's afterwards,
Yeah.
but that is definitely a horse for the
So
future.
the bell sounds for Oliver Bishop,
Okay.
23,
Gaucho de Emma and Oliver Bishop. Has he been... Has
Gaucho-
Oliver been injured or Oliver?
Gaucho's been injured. And
Because obviously he won the World Cup at Shongweni, the first Shongweni last year. So
yeah, and then I think the horse battled with an injury through the rest of the season a little bit. So I have to apologize to Oliver for saying he was sitting on in his shorts on the side. It's definitely not. Here he is in the ring.
Oh, but this horse is amazing. Also just such a nice horse to watch. Competitive and quick on the ground. Doesn't waste any time.
And I mean, any young riders at home wanting to emulate someone who has amazing balance and feel.
Yeah,
I dare
Oliver
you to try.
definitely.
I dare you to try and emulate Oliver because he is. I mean, he's silky smooth.
Really nice ride there to that. Think he's going to be giving it a go?
Yeah. And they don't travel all the way from Natal up here to just make up the numbers. I don't think.
Let's see what he does here.
He's naturally quick. Often Oliver
Yeah,
doesn't look
the
like
horse
he's going quick.
Covers the ground quickly. Okay, going around here. It's good to see the horse back in the ring, though.
Oliver's going to kill me for saying this, but he's big enough to be a rugby player, but he's got the finesse that he could be a ballerina. He's got feel, this guy.
No, he really, so much talent. Really does have a lot of talent. Oh, such a nice ride there to that last.
Wow, super.
So, fourth.
Lovely ride.
Yeah, not the fastest round, but smooth and quick.
And I'm sure he'll be getting that horse back on track sort of to be in the World Cup soon, so I'm
Yeah,
sure he'll
for
be happy
sure.
with that. Okay, King of Hearts, Jody Ambrose, newly moved to Joburg.
Yes, and I think loving it. I think
I
loving
hear
it.
so.
The just the activity up here, the number of horse shows we have,
Yeah,
just this horse area is so populated and busy. It's crazy.
and Jody's had this horse from a young horse,
Yes,
correct?
yeah,
She's
for quite
produced
some
this.
time. Yeah. I think jumped this horse up a few levels.
Yes,
from
I was
this,
about to say this.
But I did
he's-
hear Barry saying to her the other day he thinks the horse is more comfortable
Okay.
at this sort of level.
All
and
right.
maybe if it might just be for now. But he just said, I
Giving
heard
him a bit
saying
of time
her,
to grow up a bit.
horses love a rosette. They love
Yes.
doing well. And every now and then it's not a bad thing to take the
Take
pressure
it-
off, make
take
their job a
them
little
down.
easier.
No, 100%.
And I mean, since she has taken the pressure off a bit, this horse has been incredibly competitive again.
She looks like she's going to give it a go. Nice and tight back to the radium.
Jody
Oh.
from two very
Nice turn back.
just
just
getting a
seemed-
little deep, eh?
Yeah.
Horse got dead in the turn.
Almost looked like he added one. She was
Yeah.
looking like she wanted him to go one less there, and then he
Yeah.
sort of died down a bit. 6, 7.
She's in a rope gag with one rein at the bottom, and that can sometimes compromise your ability to turn the horse. Hey?
Yeah. Oh, and the
Also
last
another
going
one
down
just
there.
touching off the back rail of the last.
In 40.80, finishes 9 and 12 down for Jody Ambrose. Total of 8 penalties.
I think also jumping towards the gate with that back rail, they don't sort of finish behind as much as you would want them to.
Sure, and I mean it's a long course, 14
Yeah.
efforts, quite a long track early in the season for these horses.
Equicoltius Antulur and Lauren Coltman.
I know Catherine Neal's helped her quite a bit with this horse. horse that's slightly tricky in his mouth, but she seems to really be keeping him a bit more
Quite smooth,
relaxed in the
yeah.
contact today. Nice positive ride. That's number 4.
4, 5, 6. Having a nice round so far.
Yeah, looking organised and smooth. Sure.
Nice jump there.
Yeah,
It's
showing
really
some
trying
scope.
hard. Starting to look like he's getting a little bit
Yeah, he's lighting up a bit.
argumentative, but
Yeah.
she's doing a good job to keep him relaxed.
Yeah, she's using her space and giving a
Yeah.
bit of time in between fences just to
Just
keep the
calm him
lid on.
down a bit.
Yeah, they're really good ride. Stays up.
2.
Looking a really good round.
Now the horse is jumping well. So he's getting a bit strong now.
Oh,
Yeah.
unlucky at the last. So, as
Also back rail down on that Toyota
front
Oxford.
rail,
Was it a front,
front rail this time.
Horse
Yeah.
5, it's inside the time, but the last fence down is 4 penalties for Equicultural.
Shame, it almost seemed like the horse in that last corner couldn't get onto the
Onto the
correct
correct
leg, and maybe
Yeah.
was just a little bit unbalanced, but otherwise really nice round.
Number 26.
Lawrence, please, though, giving him a big pat.
Yeah. Voitskirch, Acapulco, and Tegan Brains next.
Tegan, an amazing young rider. Well, I don't know. I mean, well, she's in her 20s. She's still young. Trains with Ray Corber.
Also rides beautifully.
Yeah, she has another rider who has amazing feel and gets a good tune out of every horse that she sits on.
And is she riding this horse for, it says owners Jessica Jane Prince. So she must be riding the horse for her one. Isn't she overseas?
I think Jessica's campaigning overseas. Hashtag Olympics. Jessica was really successful 2 years ago.
2 years ago at the Outdoor Grand Prix, and then
that horse Prism, and I
Yes.
think Prism's on his way to
on
Europe.
his way to Europe
Yeah. Prism
That's
bred
exciting.
by
by
Grant Langley, I
Grant
think.
Langley
By-
and Preamble.
yeah, Sire Preamble out of Sissy van der Helle, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
2 of Grant and Sissy was amazing.
yeah. Tegan,
Having a really good round here. Is
yeah.
she gonna go she's gonna go round.
Don't jinx her now.
Oh, I
Just
need to
say
learn.
she's good.
I need to learn the. Oh,
I think it's going to take a
She
bit more than
actually-
a commentator's curse.
I know, but
for
she actually
Tegan.
had a really nice ride to that Rio net.
Yeah.
Get it on a nice angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Having a really good economical, just competitive round. Hey,
That'll be in the prizes.
Yeah.
I mean, she won't be on the podium, but she's up there. Up
she's
into
going
fourth
for fourth.
place.
Yeah, really bad. Really bad. Really good.
Really good round. And a bit sort of characteristic of her riding. The horse is always playful and happy at the end of their round.
27 is scratched, so
Okay,
we move on to
27's
28.
not here, so next we have Mythos and Jenna Eager.
Mythos being a little cheeky at the last jump on day 1.
Oh, really?
That radium fence was at the end
no.
of the course. Jumped a picture perfect round till there.
But
so
isn't he's just beautiful to look at.
I did see her showing that jump to him now.
The radium.
Yeah, and we don't have the same stripy poles
Okay.
in the middle, so I think he should be alright today. Ooh.
Oh, just not getting through that double.
Yeah.
Almost looking like he was just sucking back a little bit there with
Did.
her.
He definitely did. She'll have to make sure he's confident coming
Sure,
here the second
yeah.
time.
She's a deep again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, Mythos. I'll get your head back in the game. Really striking horse.
And his canter, just the most beautiful canter. 5, 6.
looks amazing. I wouldn't know how it feels, but it looks incredible.
Yeah. Very good boy.
Sure, really jumped that prestige jump.
A bit of a stand back there, but I think this horse is one that you like. You can run to the jump a little bit and
Yeah,
put your leg
I
on.
think
And
he's
he
better
really
going
enjoys
forward,
that
hey.
sort of ride. Yeah, like what she had there.
There you go, redeeming himself from
Yeah.
the other day's class at the Radium. Yeah, good
There you go.
ride. Jen is a
Sort of
super young rider.
Finding her rhythm a little bit more now.
And he really, like you just alluded to now, he really likes that sort of forward
Yeah.
ride. Almost looks like
Where
you
you
want to
can-
be jumping him like you're going against the clock even when you're
All the
not.
time. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, better.
Yeah. Touching off the back rail, but the horse at least got more confident going along, and I think, like you said, I think he really enjoys that tempo and maybe a touch on the slow side to start.
Yes, I
and
think.
maybe Mythos just being a touch
Yes, a
slow.
little bit slow to switch his brain
React,
sort of
yeah.
when he was jumping.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll be back for the champs. They're always very competitive lately. All right, who do we have next? Law. It looks like it. Oxford Cobain.
Yeah, speedy little
And
gelding.
Lorette Knowles Taylor, owned by Brett Latimer.
Yeah, originally ridden as a young
Oh.
horse by Alwyn van Breda.
And now
He's a game little guy.
I was
hey?
about to say, I see this horse always, she's always in the top. A little bit of a unlucky pole there. It looked at number one. He had it behind.
It's okay, on a law of averages, that's probably his pole for the next 6 months. I haven't seen him knock one in the last year, so...
Such a
knows.
nice competitive horse for Law to be having her string.
And he suits her down to a T,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
Lorette really good on
The
these
feisty ones.
feisty horses. Does a really good job at keeping the lid on them and then letting them go when they need to.
Good ride there.
Yeah, so she'll be using this round just to prepare the horse for the
Yeah, for the
championship
champs,
day on
which I'm
Sunday.
sure, if any of the history lately is anything to go by, I'm sure she'll be in the top. I've only ever seen it being competitive lately with
there
her.
you go. Giving him a big... I thought she was going to call it a day. She leaned down and gave him a
yeah.
big pat and a little hug. That's her level of confidence at the moment. Really cool.
And it's always so nice to see when the riders, you know, love their horses the way they do.
For sure. Yeah, Lorette is having a nice school around and Cobain looking amazing.
Very nice round. Really unfortunate, number one, actually. Sure she'll save him for the champs.
All left standing except for the very first fence. Number one, the One Insurance Solutions. Birds called 4 penalties.
Who do we have next? Principals
First who goes
Bentley.
next, this is Bridget Carls, owner and rider,
Bridget
Principals
Carls.
Bentley.
And Bridget is at Dunblane, correct?
Yes.
And trains with Jason Phillips.
Correct. And Bentley, if I'm not mistaken, another horse that Tamsin Wegrostek bought in
Okay.
as a young horse. Yeah.
Tamsin brings in some nice horses.
Yes.
And she's also always very competitive on this horse.
I think a bit like Mythos, another horse that jumps better
6, 7, when you gallop it a little bit.
when it's running a little bit to the jumps. Yeah. Bridget trains with Jason and runs quite a big setup called Dunblane Equestrian where she teaches a lot. It's a beautiful property. We've been there a few times
For the Derby training.
Derby training. Yeah, it's always
It was a little bit
immaculately
unlucky,
kept.
hey?
Yeah, just maybe a bit slow in finishing behind Bentley.
Having a good turn back here, though.
Yeah, good shot.
Nice ride there.
Yeah, so after that rail, Bridget doing a little bit the same as Lorette, you know, going a little wider, giving the horse a bit more time, just seeing the track and using it as a round to
Oh.
prepare for the last day.
Chance. jumped that oxer nicely.
It's amazing. I don't think, I mean, I missed the first couple horses, but I don't think
I don't
that
think
that
that
double's
jumps.
fallen.
No, that double and number 3. I don't think those 2 doubles haven't caused any issues so far. Horses are actually jumping really well today, though.
In 50.8 seconds. Only fence number 4 went down in that first phase. Bridget Coles brings it home on the 4 penalties and goes into 15th place. 20 prizes.
Lebanon,
We're not yet at the halfway
DB
point.
and
Players we've got.
Emma
Emma Katz would like
Katz
to make that
next.
line. She writes 31, Lebanon DB.
I really like this horse then.
A reminder of the race
This
break coming up.
Lebanon.
That will be after Ron
Good,
and
because
the
I don't know
Indians.
it at all. So it's a combination that I haven't seen before. I've obviously been in the warm-up or otherwise involved, so you can take us through this round a little bit.
I hope. Well, I think it is the one that I'm thinking of.
So DB would be bred by Carl de Bruin.
Okay. You see, I'm learning something new here with you every day. I didn't know that.
I hope I'm right in saying that, but yes, I think so.
Just running,
Emma,
running to that a little bit. Seems like it. She gave it a little bit of a tap on the neck. Here.
yeah, Emma really keeping her ground speed up.
There you go.
Sure, really jumped that prestige jump.
Well,
And the radium.
he's trying hard now at those oxes.
Yeah, they look like they just settled into a bit of a better rhythm now later on in the course.
Oh,
You can see her martingale's quite long, allowing the horse to really use its neck over the jumps.
yeah, she's almost settled into the round.
As they've gone
As
on.
they've gone on, it's gotten smoother and
Yeah, nice.
really, really nice.
47.64, but there's 8 on the board, all of them coming from that first phase, with fences 2 and 4 down for Emma Katz. Gareth Neal is up next. This is the Delmont Mining and Silver.
Now we've got
Field, number
Dartoli
52,
and Gareth Neal.
Dartoli.
A horse in combination that need no introduction.
No, not at all.
Dartoli, very successful World Cup
Cup
horse.
levels, yeah.
She's getting a bit older now. Gareth, I was chatting to Gareth the other day. She's coming back from an injury. She's 16 with a little trademark left-right step in front of the jumps. It was the
Just
cutest
love it.
thing. It was the cutest thing. I saw Gareth and Laura's son Matthew the other day riding his little pony. I can't remember its name, but when I tell you it's the carbon copy of Dartoli, it is the carbon copy. Yeah.
And Matthew is the carbon copy of Gareth.
Even more stylish than his father.
Okay.
I'm joking. He's got a lot of titles to win before he can claim anything
Yeah.
like that.
Gareth also just having such a nice, smooth round with her today. I'm sure he's obviously got a long-term plan of getting her back up the grades.
Back to the top. Where
Yeah,
she
it would be
belongs.
nice to have her back there.
Yeah.
She was always one that you could count on to sort of watch and
Yeah.
know what you were going to do.
See how the track
Yeah.
should be ridden.
Yeah.
For those at home that don't know this horse so well, and you feel a bit disconcerted for Gareth when she does that little side step in front of the jump. He's obviously just so used to it now that he knows her, but in the beginning I think it was a little unsettling. But it's just her way of sussing out where she is at the jump. She's always done it, hey Ash?
Yeah, always. Yeah, and like you say, it's almost like her way of thinking, okay, that's how wide it is, or that's where I've got to be careful and use my body, because she's just such a careful mare.
Oh, what a beautiful round.
Yeah, really nice also to have her back in the ring.
49.91, and
Yeah.
Gareth Neal is clear aboard
Into
Dartoli.
8th place.
Eighth
I
for
mean, he wouldn't have been
so
pitching
far.
that as a
No.
winning round, but nice to see her back and looking so well.
I think 33
You think when Gareth
scratched.
only had her to ride for so long, it actually felt normal when he got onto other horses that went straight in
That's
front
straight.
of the jump.
No, yeah, it felt odd, hey. Capital Corland and Nicole Horwood for the Capital Stud. also another one that I love. Really like this horse as well.
Nicole, just an
looks
amazing.
like a nice horse to ride, and Nicole does such a fantastic job with producing these stallions.
Yeah, she's just an amazing production rider.
And top level rider.
No, she is, but
Yeah.
I'm saying at producing these horses, it
No.
just never ends. It's like
I know.
it's like a conveyor belt of horses coming through.
I was actually speaking to her the other day because they've sold Kronos, and I was saying, when is she getting her next one? And she was saying no, that she was hoping that she would get an older one this time because she's getting a little bit. The babies are getting more hard work to produce.
Are you trying to say Nicole's getting old?
No,
You'll be
definitely not,
forgiven because she told me the
I
other
feel
day.
her. I feel her.
You'll be forgiven because she told me directly the other day she's getting too old for young horses.
We must have had the same conversation then.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find someone that can do as good a
No,
job
I
though
don't
on
think
them.
they will be finding them. So I think she'll be getting the young horses.
But
either
don't
way.
worry, I think if they come to her as 7 or 8 year olds, she'll have them sorted out in 6 months, no problem.
And I think if they're on this level of this horse and Impossible, you don't really mind.
The thing you'll notice with Nicole is how the horses just jump for her, and they love her. I was lucky enough to ride at the same stable as her for quite some time. She's got an incredibly simple way of producing horses, and it just works.
And I think she's just soft with them, you know, they like her.
Yeah,
She's-
absolutely.
Especially the stallions, I think you have to be. Sure, what a nice round.
And another one that won't be too long before we see her at the Grand Prix level.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's long to go.
All the fences standing, but in the first phase, outside of the time allowed by 0.19 of a second. Nicole Horwood, capital call and 1 penalty. Into 10th place they go. We've only had one faulter, two faulters, but 9 clears. Ronnie Healy leading the way of 38.84. Paige Noonan now, 35 is Rivervale Bonvi. Scanning by 36, Rivendell Champagne.
Rivervale Bonvi next with Paige Noonan.
Yeah, Paige being a super competitive and successful young rider. She trains with Liam Stevens out of Dyser Stables. This horse recently jumped, I think, its first 140 at Revel Stables the other day.
Okay.
And had a really good round.
Oh, jumping nicely there through the double.
Another son of Bono.
Okay, looks like a really fun horse to ride, this.
I don't know if you heard him jumping out the double there, giving a little squeal. He loves his job.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just looks like he's game for it.
And I mean, you know how fast you have to go in those young rider classes
Yeah.
to be successful, and Paige has been super successful, so yeah, he's a quick little guy against the
Oh.
clock, so let's see how he gets on, yeah.
Oh, she had a good ride there.
Yeah, amazing.
Very quick.
Yeah.
Let's see, inside here. Oh, sure, super.
Very tight there. Ronnie's going to be sweating a little
I
bit
think
here
so.
now.
Let's see if she does the 7.
Don't know with this horse.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8.
But she's quick.
She is quick.
38.89.
Nope, not quite
Just
there.
into second.
0.05 of a second
Sure,
off
that was
Ronnie's
close.
time.
Quick
That was
and
really close.
38.89.
Paige is amazing, and I've been lucky enough to see her
of a second
from
behind Ronnie
early on in her
Healy.
riding
Second
career,
place,
and to
she
see
goes
how
and
much
runs
she's come on.
38.80.
But that round was also just fast, but just
Fast
smooth
and good,
and nice
smooth,
to watch.
quick
Yeah.
and easy. I think it also shows how much it works for riders when they are loyal and stick to one trainer. I think it means so much for your riding when you
Yeah.
stick to one trainer and you get the consistency of it.
Riverdale Champagne and Miriam Nordia. Is this the horse that she jumped?
For the team
For the
event?
team event,
For the Rockstar
or
team,
is
yes.
it?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Sure,
not
it's
so long
doing-
ago,
no,
this
it's
horse was
doing
a
a
120
120
horse, yeah.
But a good 120 horse for that team event. I mean, the Rockstars were lucky to have it.
Yep, she must have won them a lot of prize money. Mia having a good round so far.
Do you think she'll be going for it today, or has she
I
been
would
up here long
imagine
enough
this
that
horse is-
she's going to give it a go, or do you think she's still trying to
Well, she's
find
not
a...
going around to 7.
Okay, let's see.
showing really good technique. Bred by the Rivendell stud in Cape Town.
Mary actually had a really nice ride there to that Radium Oxer, going around here, but still being economical in the turn.
Yeah, she's not running a horse off its feet, but keeping
No.
moving.
I think she can keep them up. It'll be a competitive round.
Yeah, this horse is naturally quick.
Super.
It's going to be quick.
Oh, no. Also
the
just sort
last.
of jumped it like I thought it was a vertical, maybe? I don't
A lot of
know.
horses seem to have had that last
Yeah.
fence. We can't see from where we're sitting why, but yeah.
It is quite a long track, and maybe by the time they're getting there, they're just a little bit more on the tired side.
Last to go before the break. This is Jodie Fernandez aboard.
Callao, Abu Dhabi, and Jodie Fernandez. Their first 135.
Yeah, a lady from your yard.
Yeah. I walked
Sure.
the course with her earlier, and I said it was her first one today, so let's see how they go. I love this horse. And Jodie is a really good rider, I must say. I really enjoy watching her work with. She rides a couple of young horses for us and helps us out every now and then, and she just gets on and
Gets on with it.
yeah, does the job, and she has a really good feel and has a really nice eye.
Would I be wrong in saying that Jodie hasn't really jumped a whole lot of open classes?
No, very new to it. So her and this horse are sort of finding their way together as a
Okay.
partnership. She was a little bit deep there to number 4. Now she's getting a little bit more.
Rhythm.
Yeah, also Jodie and this horse, I think, better when she rides a little bit more like she wants to win the class, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Likes a little bit of speed and a little bit of pace. Oh, eyes up. Oh,
getting a bit
Martingale's
deep there.
broken. Yeah, both the oxes.
It is
she's
quite
just
an adjustment. I mean,
found-
even from the 130s to the 135s. I know it's just one hole.
I
but
know,
it's-
but it is. But you know, the lines become more difficult, and
and visually
the
it is much
technicality
bigger.
is more difficult. But I'm glad that she's
Often there's,
sort of trying to, you know,
I think when you're
get
jumping
around.
at a new level, often there's a sleepless night before it. So
good girl.
she's seen the finish with two slightly deep rides, but not the
Yeah.
end of the world. I think she's seen the finish. She can
I
tick
think-
that one off her bucket list.
and errors that are easily fixed.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm sure she'll be chuffed with that. She's new to it, and he's new to it, so they're finding their feet together.
Well done, Jodie.
Yeah. Now we have our arena rake.
So we're going to take a little break while they rake the arena, and then straight after the break, we'll have Dominic Alexander riding Simon Murray's Athena, previous winner of the Derby. Cool. We'll see you now.
38.84 from Paige Noonan second, Kayla Gerstenbach third, Philippa Baxter fourth, Tegan Brains fifth, and Oliver Bishop in sixth. The arena freshly raked. We are ready to get things back underway. Our first rider in after the break is Dominic Alexander, riding Simon Murray's Athena. Time to beat is a 38.84. That's Ronnie Healy leading from Paige Noonan, just 0.05 of a second behind. A further second adrift is Kayla Gertenbach, rounding out to a top 3.
Got Dominic Alexander with Simon Murray's Athena.
So Dominic and this horse, the combination that were the previous winners of South African Derby. Always a classy pair to watch.
And I'm sure Dom will be giving it a go today. He's always competitive on this mare.
Always competitive and always a textbook round to watch.
For sure. Doesn't often miss a beat, Dom. And I'm sure Dom jumping this mare in the 135s, 140s and keeping her. Do you think she'll be keeping her down this year, getting ready for Derby again?
I don't know, last year he jumped exclusively in the 135s the whole year and then brought her out for Derby.
I'm sure that will be his plan again.
Yeah, I think he might have the same game plan. Just keeps the horse fresh and well.
And happy.
Sound and fit.
It's going to go inside.
As I said earlier about Oliver, young riders looking to emulate their idols. This would be someone who you'd be looking to for style
always.
In their
and
riding.
Consistency.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
consistent. It's inside to the last as well. I'm sure that'll be
Good effort
into
from
the top
Dominic Alexander,
places.
43.36, goes into 4th place with that effort. 3 riders.
Sure,
at
Dom will be
Frederick
chuffed
are
with
the
that,
only 3 that
keeping
have
her ready
defeated
for the
that
champs
40-second
on
barrier.
tomorrow.
8.4 is
Yeah.
the leading time for Jonathan Clark. Back on his
135
next ride.
champs on
39
Sunday.
is back
Was it on
track.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Sheldon.
Dominic followed by his good friend Jonathan Clark riding Linda Illerine Sheldon.
Also, Sten, a horse I love. Also, just so consistent all the time and competitive.
Yeah, Sheldon actually recovering from a bout of biliary, so not quite back at his.
At his normal form.
Yeah, well, he would normally be in the 140s. So Jonathan and Linda just taking their time, getting him back to where he belongs and giving him the opportunity to get fit and well again.
And Jonathan, like Dom, also really missing a beat, hey?
Yeah,
We've
I
got
mean,
two
he's
really nice riders, one after the other here, that can give you a good sense of how you would want to ride this track.
Yeah, and two guys that have a little bit their own style. Jonathan, a slightly lighter, more forward American rider, I would say, American style.
And Dominic more of the German.
Very correct, very tall.
Yeah.
Good posture. There you go, Jonathan, even throwing his
go.
elbows out a little bit there. That's when you know he means business. Nice to see Linda Illerine really getting into this round. I see her throwing her legs around on the side of the arena.
That was unlucky.
I don't even know how that fell so late.
Wow.
I didn't even hear the horse breathe
and
on
the
it.
last. Maybe the horse just getting a little bit tired, like you say. He's been
Yeah, he's had some
41
downtime.
Little bit of
the final
downtime,
two
maybe.
obstacles down. It's 8 on the
So
board.
still
Still
really
getting
like
back
that.
to his
That's on
best.
track.
Yeah, I mean, but those were such light rubs on those rails.
Yeah. Next,
Paige
Paige is
and
back
Rathmore, Quiet
with
Man,
Quiet
take
Man.
that bell. Paige's second ride for the class. It targets
A horse that Paige loves.
Yeah, this is like her comfortable glove, or old slipper. What do you
Yeah,
call it?
that's it. That's it. Her cuddle blankie if you're a baby. Her
her
comfort
doo-doo.
zone. Yeah. A very successful partnership as young riders. As a young rider, sorry.
And also just a nice, just to keep her going give her a nice round before the more serious horses. I think that this is a horse she just loves riding.
Sean, I think Shawnee is going to be bitterly disappointed you saying that she's using him before the more serious horses. They're all serious horses at that yard.
I know, but
I am joking.
this is just
Yes.
a good
Nice
warm-up
comfortable
horse.
round to jump before you have to jump bigger classes, for sure.
Exactly.
I agree.
But she will be competitive on him. I don't know what she will go inside there. She's gone round. Maybe also wanting to save him for the championship a little bit. How old is this horse now?
Not sure, but he is getting on a little bit.
He's just
He's been a champion of the sport
schoolmaster
for
for
us.
her now. Yeah, such a nice horse and rider combination to watch.
Probably one of our first horses to touch that double,
Yeah, for sure.
but it stays up.
Just also having a nice smooth round.
Yeah, Quiet Man was
been
born in the beginning of 2007, so he is getting on a little bit. 17 years old now.
Also just rubbed that last oxo.
That last jump would be moving towards being our bogey fence
Yeah,
by now, I
more
think.
than the- also than
50.50,
the
the fence
334.
number 12 down for Paige Gage. The fence she's had down on both of her rides so far. Rathmore Quiet Man finishes on the floor. We've got 11 clears.
Callaway
28% of
Caspiano
our
is next
38
with
starters,
Cameron
as Ronnie
Dawson's-
Healy, your current leader, makes his way back. to
Ronnie's
41.
next, sorry.
Callaway Caspiano.
Cameron Dawson's
Cameron
Caspiano.
Dawson's Caspiano.
Ron's recently picked up the ride on this horse, and he's been lucky. This horse has really looked after him, helped him see a few bigger fences. Real confidence giver for Ronnie. No, Ron does an amazing job on this horse. I think he's one that's got a big jump. Ashley would
Got
know
it,
more. You've
yeah.
seen him in his training.
Got a big jump, and I think can be a little bit more tough in between the jumps in terms of, just keeping him consistent in his canter. I think that Ron really works on the smoothness of this horse and just trying to keep it
Keeping him
all
soft
one
in his
pace.
body.
Yeah.
They battled a little bit, just trying to get the correct shoeing and everything in the
Yes.
beginning. But it looks
They've-
like he's
Sort of they're finding their feet, I think, together now.
Yeah.
So much so, I think, it doesn't take a lot for Ronnie to want to be competitive, but at President's Cup, he sort of gave the horse a little bit more of a run in the jump off. So I don't think he'll be doing all the inside turns on this horse today, but I also think there's a long-term goal
Long-term
to
plan.
produce this horse, obviously up the grades more.
Which is also, that's obviously always when a rider thinks of
Yes.
more of the horse. So, yeah, I think a partnership that we're going to see more and more of. And I watched him in the beginning on this horse, and to see now, just the turnaround in such a short period of time has been amazing.
Big change. Yeah, super round. So what's that? Clear, 2 out of 2 for Ron.
49.56 is another clear round from Ronnie Healy.
Very
This
slow
one
clear, but clear
some way off his
nonetheless.
previous pace, nearly 12 seconds off his leading
Leona
time.
van der
He
Merwe
ends on
next
the lead
for the
with
334
Capital
stud
Tower.
on Capital
Though.
Tory.
And the 39 riders down, 35 to come, we wonder.
Another horse that Leona has used from the get-go.
Paige Noonan, 38.
I think
No.
purchased off the auction, and
Leona van der
then
Merwe's next up.
she's had
Number
the ride.
42 is the very speedy 334.
I think they
Capital
sold her
Tory.
and then got the ride
Yes,
back.
and then got the ride back, from what I can understand.
yes.
Oh, how did it jump number 1?
And this horse loves Leona, and it's a real out-and-out jumper.
Yeah. going to be competitive, I'm sure. Ew. How's that hind end?
Yep, this horse will be one that'll be quick against the clock.
All right, let's see what she does now in the speed half.
Oh,
Just sort of didn't
Maybe
lock onto
didn't
that
lock
jump,
on.
hey?
maybe a little bit like Jonathan's horse, just looking
Yeah.
at the last jump, number 12.
There you go.
Sure. Definitely made up for a mistake there. Cleared it by 2 feet.
Jumping though. Wow.
Jumping
Yeah,
to the
strange
double.
mistake what that May did there.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say a very uncharacteristic and rare mistake on that mare's part. But she's definitely made up for it in
Yeah.
the later part of that, in the latter part of that course, because
Really good round otherwise, hey?
really, really
91, but
good.
in the first
See,
phase,
maybe she just got a bit
Paul
strong
Got a
on
bit
stuck on the
strong.
left rein
Offset
in that
results
turn.
for the 6 time penalties, total of 10.
Okay, next we have Capital Kasani and Charlie Ann Crockett
38.84 is the
for
time
Jade
to be
Anderson.
set by Ronnie Healy when he came in at number 12. He's managed to hang on to that for 28
Also
rounds
beautiful,
subsequently.
beautiful type.
Yeah, and a young stallion that's been super competitive with Charlie as well.
Kasani for owner Jade Anderson.
You often see her on the podium. He's a slightly smaller horse, but I don't think anyone would be brave enough to tell him that. He thinks he's quite the man. I've seen him in the warm-up a lot.
So this Charlie's had both her stallions now in this class. She's got the other one as well,
Companion,
companion.
who's now being gelded, I think, because he
Oh.
was a little cheeky, and I heard her even saying to him as a gelding the other day that if he doesn't behave, she's going to geld him again. Did whisper to her that I thought that wasn't possible. She said, well, you best think it's possible.
He doesn't know that. Also having a super ride. Oh, no. I jinx it.
It's just getting fractionally deep there. Maybe, being a bit young, they don't always lock on off the turns like that.
And I think you can see he's being a little bit green in between the jumps, throwing his head around. Not throwing his head around, but, moving his head a little bit more than she would like him to, I think.
Yeah, for sure. He's new to this level,
Yeah.
the 135. He's done a lot on the 130s. So Charlie just
Yeah,
looking
that's better.
after him a little bit
Yeah.
around here. But, yeah, he's got a good turn of pace and top care usually. So he's going to be one. Yeah, he's going to be one to watch. Also a younger horse.
There's just a little bit of a green mistake.
Another horse having a little look at the
Yeah,
last there.
you
So there's
heard
obviously
Charlie
something there.
Sort of do a
Just
little
inside
growl
the
sort
time
of thing
allowed,
at him.
54,
So maybe
81,
there is
but
something
8
down there that we
penalties
don't
for
The
the
know.
polite way of saying it is egging him on with her voice.
Over the page we go to number 44. Amanda Moore riding for stealth on the map is Skynamo Ducheron Blade.
Skynamo Duggerod Blade and Amanda. Another rider of Gonda's.
Yeah, Amanda Moore, she's been riding with Gonda for quite some time, and I believe getting a bit of help from Ray in between now. This combination is quick. Amanda had a little break from the sport and has been coming back for the last few months, and it looks like she never skipped a beat.
Yeah, she's having a really nice smooth round here.
These two have jumped in bigger classes than this, so this will, like Gareth on Dartoli, this will be
Yes.
just part of building the horse back up to the
Back up
level
to-
that they can jump at. see she's being tight enough in her turns.
Yeah, definitely not wasting time. Just going inside here.
Okay.
So she's definitely
I'll take it back.
going to give it a go, I think. Let's see what she does here.
Super shot at the double.
This horse is jumping nicely today. Let's see. Seems happy.
Yeah, lovely
Yeah, that was
round.
a super round. Really nice and smooth. Fourth.
Up into fourth place, cantering around like she was doing equitation. It's amazing when they're smooth and neat, it doesn't even look fast and they're so quick.
Next we have 334 Balabetto for the 334 stud, Sporthorse stud, ridden by Chris van der Merwe. And I love this horse, but it's a stallion, so that's probably why.
He's one that I feel like the last time I saw him 3 weeks ago was in the 110s.
I was just about to say,
Did he skip the 130s, Chris, this horse? That's how it feels.
Maybe it feels like that, but it definitely doesn't look it.
No.
This horse just has such a nice, beautiful elastic canter. The way he just
To match
covers
his
the
beautiful
ground.
elastic jump.
1, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, and I'm sure there's I was actually asking Kaylee yesterday when because there's a catalogue at this show with all the breeding mares and the stallions of the 334 stud, and I said to Kay, please can we see the foals, because I think they're going to be some really exciting ones with the mares that they've got and the beautiful stallions that Govert has imported for his stud.
I was lucky enough a few months ago to visit the farm, the stud, and go see their foals. And yeah, they're beautiful looking and really exciting. I think it's going to be amazing for our sport. Very exciting.
This horse and Chris making this track look very easy.
Chris, a rider that you would have grown up with, competing against.
Yes.
He's just an amazing jockey.
Also, like we were talking about Oliver's feel, Chris also is the same, They
Yes.
just have an incredible feel since
Natural talent.
Yeah. Since they were kids.
And it helps that he lived one bedroom down the passage from Barry for 10 years. He's learned everything he knows. So
And I'm sure riding the amount of horses he does now every day for the 334 stud, I'm sure it must be
they say
quite a handful.
That's what makes a rider really good, when they've got that natural talent, and then a
Just
work
having
ethic
horses.
like Chris. There's second to none.
Exactly.
And lucky to have the backing and the horsepower of 334 stud.
Yep. Othello, Funhit Kaiserhof, and Amy Hay.
One of
Also very competitive.
one of my favorite horses.
I love this horse.
I think you're a bit like me. You'd love to ride this. I'd be wiping the tears out of my eyes, I'm sure, because I'd be going so fast.
For sure. But he is careful and quick.
He had a round in the 135s at Burlington Cup at the end of last year. That
Yes,
was
no.
Blistering.
I actually remember the run, and I think, I had to pick my bottom lip up off the floor. It was incredible. Looks like he's getting a little bit,
strong.
a little bit stronger than normal.
Yeah, I think sometimes when the horses get that strong, and it's quite disconcerting for the riders, because they start to feel like they're not really in control.
Yeah, and down there, I don't know, maybe he's also locking on to other fences.
We've seen a couple horses do that, hey?
Yeah, he almost looks like he's so keen to do his job,
Yeah, just point me at anything and I want to jump it.
But he can jump. Oh.
Shoo, every time he gets a bit of space, he
There you
seems to let loose.
Well,
Definitely going to have to rewire the weight button before the champs class.
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
Yeah, he's still a treat to watch, that horse. I love him.
Yeah, he's just so game. I love how he's so keen to do his job. And next we have Andy. Andrew Olaf on Kusta G. Pegasus Wealth Management, Kusta G. New horse.
A very, very new partnership. Andy's had this horse, I mean, I'm teasing, but it feels like a week.
Yeah, I was about to say, I only heard about it.
I'm exaggerating. It's actually 2 weeks, so he really knows the horse. In between all his business travel and that, he's probably ridden it 4 times now.
And goes straight into the 135s.
Yeah, I
But,
know.
Andy's-
He jumped the 130s on day 1, so
Oh,
it's
okay,
very...
so he's taking it a little bit slow.
But this horse has seen big fences in his life, and
And
Andy, a
Andy
very
is
accomplished jockey.
really
you
good
were
rider.
saying- like you were saying about Chris and Oliver, I mean, he's another natural talent, comes from a family of show jumpers, Anne and Sean Olaf. Yeah, and he trains with Dominic Alexander.
Wow.
And he's super excited about this horse. He's been out of the big classes for 6 years, I think
it's
he
been
told me
too
the
long.
other day. So he's happy and keen to get back to where he belongs.
It'll be awesome to
He's
have.
too modest. He didn't say back to where he belongs, but that's what I'm going to say.
It's going to be awesome to have Andy back. I'm sure he's going to be back up
With
at
a
the Grand
vengeance.
Prix and World Cup sooner than we think. And judging by the way he's
Partnering
riding
his
this
new
round,
ride.
they look like they've been together for a long time.
He had a little rub on day 1 where he thought he was a little soft with the horse in front of a fence. This horse,
Okay.
I think, likes a little support off the ground.
Sure.
But
Really
it only
jumping.
took him 1 round to figure that out, and today he is on the money.
Yeah, into 7th and a good time. I mean, he didn't even ride around to sort of get used to the horse. He was competitive. Next, back on track, Callagho, Larentino, and Kylie Stain for Linda Ellerine.
Would you like me to go through this round with Kali? I know you don't really know her so
might-
well, so
It might be better for my friendship. No, I think this is Kai's third, if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but third 135. The horse is new to the 135s. It's recently gone up. And Kai was saying that since she's put him up to the 135s, he's feeling like a machine. That he's just sort of like clicked into a new gear.
it's always nice when you put them up a level and the horses take it on in their
Yeah.
stride. Yeah, like you say, like a machine. It's not so fun when you put them up a level and you start panicking.
Yeah.
They had a bit of a green rail. The
I
horse
think
just not pushing
maybe-
out of the turn.
Yeah. Kai asking him to just turn a little bit tighter to that fence
Sure.
and maybe just a bit new to it.
That makes up for his mistake at the next fence. This horse was purchased by Linda Loreen off the Callow auction.
The 2020 Callagho auction.
And I think while Kylie was pregnant, Greg Scott had a hand in helping
Yes.
with the production.
Yeah.
But they really are an amazing team, these two, and I think one that's going to be super successful.
And Kai also, I think, starting to feel confident with him, turning inside to the Rio net, trying to give it a go is good.
Oh, you ladies are amazing. How you go off, you have your babies, you come back, and you don't even, it's like you were never gone. Oh, and again,
Same thing, hey.
Again, maybe just flattening a bit
Yeah.
at the last. So the horse showing that he does have it. He just needs to learn what to do with his body a bit.
And I think that's just time, him
Yeah,
learning
for
how
sure.
to use his body and learning how to jump the jumps when they're a little bit bigger. Iliana and Zara Didiluri.
Yeah, I mean, this is a horse that needs no introduction, I don't think. I had the privilege of riding him quite a lot when he was with his previous owner, Zahn Bosman.
I would have loved to have ridden this horse.
Yeah, he's just a treat, an absolute treat. I think in that year we had SA Champs in Plate. I think he was second in SA
Yes,
Champs class
yes.
in Plate. He's a small guy, by Toulon.
By Toulon.
But he has a heart the size of a rugby ball. He's an amazing horse. He's got technique. He's getting on a little bit.
Yeah,
in
and
his
he's
career.
keen today.
Yeah.
She's having to
keep him together.
Really keep him together here.
Zara trains with Charlie.
Oh.
Busy building up a good string of horses and really having some nice results lately in Joburg.
Yeah, I think she's just also trying to have the sort of round where she can find her rhythm with him.
Just looking now, I mean, something you and I would know nothing about. Look, she's such a lucky lady to have such long legs and a beautiful leg position. The balance is really good.
They seem to be settling into it now.
Leon having a little play at the back of that good sure jump.
Yeah, he's really loving his job today.
Yeah.
And bucking after the finish there.
Nice to see him happy
Yeah.
and enjoying himself. And Zara, great round.
53.36, a single rail down, an early one for Afrazan Afsa, and it's 4 penalties for Zara Didi-Lurie. Jenna Odell now with number 50. This is Finding Troy.
Okay, and we move to number 50, Finding Troy, Jenna Odell. Also up here from Natal.
Jenna, another one of your clan, rides with Gonda. Yes, and then I think helps Chad with a few of his pupils in Natal.
Yes.
She's been a successful rider at the top of the sport. She's an amazing talent.
And this horse, I don't think I've ever seen her on this horse, unless I thought it was maybe a different one.
I think the
So you're
chestnut
gonna have
horse,
to
the chestnut
take the
horse
lead
that
on
you
this
would have
one.
seen her on belonged to Clodagh Shaw. This horse I haven't seen either. So, yeah.
Oh, but Jenna is also just such a smooth, beautiful rider. She can also just get onto any sort of horse and make it look like it's ready to
Like
jump
they've
a
been
big
partnered
class.
for years.
Yeah. Such a nice smooth turn back there, coming inside to the vertical.
Judging by the way she's riding this horse, it would be new to this level, because when Jenna has a horse that can be competitive, she's going
competitive, yeah.
3 clicks faster than this. Yeah. We've seen her go at some pace, so this will be one she's producing. And like we said about Ronnie with Caspiano earlier, whenever you see this with a jockey that's as professional as these two, definitely means they think that there's more in the tank from these horses.
She's just riding such a beautiful, smooth round. Really been a nice round to watch.
Yeah, super.
I'm sure she'll be happy with that. Well, now I know that
clear round.
I've got to watch that one more.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on it.
Okay, around from Jen Odell.
Maxstar Onan and Graham Wynn next to go. And I'm sure this horse is by his stallion.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Graham
Looks like his dad.
Yeah, Graham needs no introduction. Top South African event rider and show jumper. When he turned sort of, it's a hard thing to say, but to say when he turned professional in show jumping, when he took more of an interest in the show jumping and backed away a little bit from the eventing. I mean, he was sort of one of the crowd favourites always on Obi when he jumped around Derby.
And I think also the rider's favourite. That horse was just so much personality and
and Graham just an absolute master at getting the best out of horses. He's a horseman, a true through and through horseman. He's done 100%. This for years. I mean, he'll forgive me for saying at his age, but at his age, he's still. I spoke to him the other day. He said his favourite thing on a Sunday when he's not teaching or not at a show is to sort of ride 20 horses. To have the first one ready at sunrise
and
ride until sunset, because he can just do his own thing, no interruptions.
Yes.
And ride his horses. And I mean, that's when you know when someone's been doing it for that long, it's just in his blood.
And his horses just love him. They just love him. He really does get the best tune out of his horses.
Yeah, just such a smooth, apathetic
Yeah.
rider. He just, the horses jump so beautifully for him.
Good boy. I'm sure he'll be happy with that round.
And that's our 16th clear for the class, courtesy of Graham Wynn at Max Star 09. Battling the slowest of our clears with 20 prizes on offer. Graham firmly within that. However, there's 25 riders to come.
Says Cesaria and Johan Lotte next, riding for Jim and Nell. Am I wrong in saying this horse, did it win on the first day, or did it jump very well?
It did win.
I saw something on Facebook.
This is a speed merchant with no bigger supporter.
Well, I was going to say, Johan.
No bigger supporter than Melissa Nell, Gemma's
Yes,
mom. She thinks the world of this horse. And I mean, you'd have to search far and wide to find a better jockey than Johan to produce horses for you.
And a more competitive jockey to win the classes for you. I mean,
nicknamed Cash Lotta for obvious reasons. He knows how to go quick and often finds lines that some of the other riders
don't know exist.
Well, I think that's wrong in saying. I think not finds lines, I think has the confidence to do lines that the other riders thought, oh, that's impossible, no one's going to do that. Next thing, there goes Cash Lotta flat out on the inside line. Yeah, he'll be moving.
Yeah, this will be quick. Having a nice ride to that vertical, setting the horse up nicely.
Moving forward off the turn everywhere. He'll be inside.
Inside here.
2 strides out the turn. Yep.
Super. That was such a nice smooth turn back.
Yeah. Practices them enough. And not at home. In the ring.
Oh.
Just short jumping that 10A
and I think that's the first time that
first
jump's
time we've
fallen.
seen that fall, yep, for sure. Let's just look at his time. It's a matter of interest.
Yeah, 42.
Okay,
so it would have gone into fourth place.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have slowed up a little bit after having that down, but it just shows you how quick those first few riders were.
Just outside of the available finds.
Super round. PDL Husqvarna Z and Jethro Bauer for Kevin Levy.
Yeah, this horse Jethro's done an amazing job on.
Is this horse by Hokato? I wonder. It sort of looks a bit like it.
Yeah, Jethro's just done a super job with him. I mean, didn't really see the horse much in its earlier years of training, but I see quite a bit of his posts on social media, and that horse looks really nice type. Jethro applies his trade in Summerfeld, Chongweni, recently gone out a bit more on his own and doing a good job of it. I see he's got a big climb pace and lots of nice horses to ride.
Yeah, Jethro's having a really nice competitive round. I'm sure he's going to give it a go. He looks like he's kicking it up a gear.
He is a competitive rider.
Oh, really nice.
I'll never forget him and Ryan Wallbridge when they were both riding for Grant. There'd often be a little bit of one-upmanship between the two of them, trying to go faster and faster in the jump off until they basically killed themselves. But they are not afraid to go at speed. Super shot at the double.
This is jumping nicely.
You wouldn't say the quickest type of horse. I mean, Jethro is doing a good job to keep him quick against the clock, but he's not really the fastest horse.
More of a deliberate type, yeah. Into 9th. Jethro seems really, really chuffed with that. So
yeah, and I think this would be one of that horse's
first
bigger and bigger shows, you know, with more atmosphere around the venue. So I think you'll be really pleased with that.
Okay, next we have number 54, Nordic Z. James Lowe in the saddle.
My chiropractor.
And mine.
Has the hands of an angel. I think the only person who can comment more on that than me or you would be Tam Rueda.
We love James.
He doesn't have to say anything to make you feel good about yourself. Just the odd needle. James been a long time pupil of Dominic Alexander.
Yeah.
You would have ridden with him a lot.
A lot.
Over the years.
Yeah. And James, not only a really beautiful rider, just such a nice guy as well.
Yeah.
Oh. The horse kind of, just not really.
Losing focus
Yeah,
there
a little bit down that line. But it's actually happened a few times now that they've hit number 4 and then they've canted on and hit number 5.
Yeah. I wonder if the new sitting area there on the right of the on the right of the
Distracts
arena
their eye a
the
little
horses
bit.
a little bit more, especially
Yeah.
those horses that know this arena
Yeah.
from before that area had been built.
I'm sure. The movement there. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, other than that line,
Finding
the
his feet.
horses
Yeah.
really jumped a good round. Maybe just a bit distracted. Yeah.
A little the same. I mean, that jump, the horses aren't jumping great. I mean, I don't think James was really.
No, I
Did
don't
anything
think there's
wrong
much
there.
more he could have done.
No.
Like I said earlier, I mean, we always try and think of what we could have improved
Yeah.
to help the horses, but you'd have to think long and hard there because I'm not sure he did too much wrong.
Next for the 334 Sporthorse stud on number 50, 334 Madalefi.
Okay, next we've got Carolyn Duprier for the title sponsor 334 Sporthorse stud, riding 334 Madalefi 28.
I think Carolyn would be the longest standing employee of 334 stud. She's been
Yeah,
there
I think since
before the
Gav started.
inception.
Yeah, since before the inception. Yeah.
So, yeah, she was Govert's groom overseas, I think, as well. They went over to help him with the horses there. And she's built a really good partnership with this mare. I don't think she'd be a mare that everyone would find easy to ride, and yet Carolyn really gets a good tune out of her.
Carolyn is really, really good at producing the young horses as well. So I think she's, and also I think a great asset for Govert in terms of running the 334 stud now.
Yeah, I think her management is amazing.
Yeah.
And she had a hand in producing
Elder.
your top horse.
Oh, I was a bit naughty. Yeah, Kez produced Aldo for me to the 130s, and then I took him over. The mare,
There you go. Maybe the angle was
Yeah,
just
a
getting
little
a
bit
bit
of a-
confused. There's also quite a big shadow there in front of that number 7. I thought would cause more problems, but it hasn't really.
yeah, this mare is doesn't look the easiest to ride. But Kez doing a good job.
And there's a lot of jump there. I think we're going to see this
Yeah.
horse train on in the sport. I really do.
Yeah, that's what I was also going to say. It just looks a bit green at this level. Oh, jumped the last really well. Sure, there's lots more to come from Madalefi.
8 for time, we've got 16 on the board for Carolyn Duprier in 62.86. Bell sounding for number 56, Gallantry Canoe, Olivia Roberts, the owner and rider.
Okay, now we have number 56, Gallantry Canoe and Olivia Roberts, who is... Is she okay?
Can't see.
Can't see, yeah.
Can't see really
Don't
that
really know
well.
what happened. It was like the horse land, canted on. We didn't.
Ran on a little
yeah,
bit
we
after
couldn't really
number
see.
1.
We've got a jump in front of us.
Canoe's been a super successful little thoroughbred in the sport
Yes.
for many years.
Actually, just as she was starting, I was going to say this is one of our younger up and coming riders, who's new-ish to the adult shows.
Yeah, she's one of
Yeah.
the younger riders for sure. go.
Yeah.
Back on target.
Maybe just a bit of a miscommunication. We couldn't really see.
Nope.
No.
And she's decided to call that
Just
a
not her
day.
day today.
The second disobedience is an elimination for Olivia Roberts early on Gallantry Canoe.
Okay, next Aussie's back with Sifakile Kufina.
Yeah, another horse. Oscar's done well to choose type that suits him. I mean, if you watch this mare, if you're watching the class earlier, Kim Kardashian that he
Yes.
jumped, similar type of horse.
Yes,
and I
very
think,
similar type of
you know, when riders have a lot of horses, a lot of good horses to ride, they ride very well. And then to go even one up on that is to get a lot of good horses that are
Yes.
the similar type. That's usually when you see riders riding at the top of their game. Ken Farrington's an amazing example of that.
Yes.
Early on in his career, he rode a lot of horses that were a bit different, and he was successful on all of them. But when he
But he
started
really
to
came
choose
into-
his type,
Exactly.
he's been even more successful. So Oscar's done a great job in his choosing
At
of horsepower.
finding what works for him.
Yeah. I mean, if there wasn't a name on the program, you could almost be confused between the two
I was
horses.
about to
hey?
say they actually look very, very similar, and they go in the same sort of way.
Just the one's a boy and the one's a
Yeah.
girl.
But this horse is jumping really nicely. Looks like a really nice type of horse to ride.
I obviously missed sex ed at school because they are both mares.
Oh, and just sucking off his leg a little bit there.
We had a few
getting a bit
horses
stuck in the
early on in
corner.
the
Yeah,
class find
that
that
hasn't
front
fallen
rail.
in a while.
Yeah. Well, it's just giving himself a bit more room now to the double after finding that rail.
Oh,
Sometimes these good horses, once they've had one rail, can be a little bit rattled because they, you know, they
Yes.
always want to give of their best. So
Best.
once they have one down, you can be a little upset about almost thinking they've disappointed their rider, but actually finishing off super.
Yeah.
Good round.
also having that last oxer down. So I think that's definitely taken over as the bogey fence of the class.
Yeah.
Total of 14 penalties, one time penalty in each phase, and in the second, 8, 10A and 12 down. Leading time still belongs to Ronnie Healy. It's been quite some time since he's
iFarmer Callagher Ardennes is next.
It could be Rainer Corber. Is it? Speedy combination with iFarmer.
Yes,
Oh,
with
yes,
Ray
and
Corber.
Ray Corber.
59.
Going to give it a go? I'm sure, Ray.
It depends. I haven't seen this horse's show, but it's not one of
It's
Ray's
not of his
normal
it's not one of
string.
his normal horses. Yeah.
He'd be riding this for his client's
Yes.
farmer team. But I mean, Ray's that kind of rider.
I know. I was about to
He-
say he looks comfortable.
Yeah.
And that he's going to give it a bash.
It's got 4 hooves, a wither, and a tail. He's usually pretty good on them. As we said earlier,
Yeah.
though, maybe that horse there with the side of the arena.
Whoa, Ray. Yeah, just sort of being
Backing off the
backing
side of the
off
school.
and not wanting to go down that side of the arena.
I really liked how Ray gave himself so much time and
Yeah,
space to
I thought he was going to
represent.
circle again, but he did a good job there.
Not wasting any extra strides.
I don't even know if Ray's going to get a time fault. He got back there so quick. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Definitely not
the
happy
horse-
with this.
The seating area.
Yeah,
the new
the
seating
structure
area
on the side of the arena.
Yeah, that's all right. And like I said, I mean, for the horses that have known this arena for some time, it's tricky when there's something new because they don't quite trust it on the side.
Yeah, well done, Ray.
I think he would have just been trying. The horse had obviously had an issue there on the side of the school, I would imagine, in one of the earlier classes. So Ray just helping out for one of his clients.
Only one time penalty.
He was less than a second out of the time.
That's really impressive.
Jonathan Clark back on track. Kazan Z.
Yeah.
Big smile.
Kazan.
Oh, Kazan next.
Back
on track, Kazan. With Jonathan Clark for Linda Illerine. And this is also fairly new for Jonathan, this horse. I mean, it's not...
He came into the country some time ago, but they've had one or two unlucky problems with the horse. So he hasn't had a whole lot of ring time since he's been here. So John is still getting to learn him, and I think the bitting, trying to figure out his bitting and that. But he's a horse that I think once they get it right...
Yeah, it's going to be a good partnership for Jono.
John has had quite some success on chestnuts before. No one will forget Diadem, the Sandy Diadem for Dysley.
Yes, and then Diadem was owned by the Williamson.
Sorry. What was his name?
Chestnut with Dysley, not Inush,
Inush, but before
Felix.
Felix, who was so successful. Yes. I mean, Kazan looking like he means business today.
Yeah, that was a really nice jump. Oh.
Didn't realize horses could use their bodies like that.
Yeah, he was almost like an elastic band over that oxer. Wow.
Only the second time that fence has fallen today. But like we said, I mean, John is still learning this horse.
Yeah, and fiddling with bits and finding their...
But I think, I mean, 99% of the way it's looking, because it's looking smoother and easier than what it has in the past.
That looked like a really, really
good round.
Smooth round, yeah.
Definitely on the right track.
Total 7 penalties for Jonathan Clark. One time fault in the first phase, 2 in the second. Fiona van Vollensteer now back on her second.
Fiona van Vollensteer on Premier Envy.
And
this is her second round.
Yeah. Second trip around this course. This mare got a super ticket, I think, on day one in the 130s.
Okay.
Really high up in the places, and there were 120 odd horses in that class. So,
is she new to the 135s?
Fairly new, yes. Yeah. The horse just not really getting off the ground at number one. Unlucky rail. Jumping that slightly trickier line 4 to 5 really well.
Yeah, and riding nice and smooth through that turn back.
Still keeping up like a really good tempo. Hey?
Yes. Sometimes when you have number one fence like that, and you can sort of the pressure's off, and you can, try the turns, and you don't feel as stressed to get it perfectly correct. You're willing to give it more of a go.
I can get quite despondent and want to go wide and home.
Need to practice. That's your best time to practice, Dave.
Another one, just finding that last. That's definitely been the bogey fence of the course.
42.02, the first and last fences down means 8 penalties for Fiona van Vollensteer. We've got 17 players, 20 prizes.
Rivendell Zoid and Jackie Cochran. She's back again.
Like we were talking about type just now.
I know, it's...
She's even picked them in the same color.
This one you wouldn't know the difference if you didn't see the face. I think this one's just got a bit of a thicker blaze.
Yes.
Compared to her last one. Yeah, Zoid also really keen,
Yeah, it
but
looks like
in nice, positive. You know, he's keen to do his job.
controlled excitement.
Yeah,
I think would be the phrase.
that would be what we were looking for.
Running in a bit deep at number 7, but really
Yeah.
backing up and jumping the,
The
jump
horse,
beautifully
the
still.
horse actually backed up really nicely. It almost looked like she wanted to leave that last stride out.
Yeah, for sure.
But ended up backing up and jumping it beautifully. Horse sort of just
Maybe the
stalling a little
shadows-
bit on the takeoff.
I don't know if you
there,
can see from here, from where you're sitting, but the shadows have moved to the back of that
So-
ox, and we've only seen that ox fall
Fall
now
now.
at the end of the class. I wonder if the shadows have anything to do with it.
Yeah. The horse almost just didn't seem too keen to get off the ground at that oxer. He just a little bit.
51,
Bit slow.
10A goes in the 3-3-4 Sporthorse stud combination. Forward stakes for Jack Parker.
Who do we have
64
next?
not here, we move on to
64 was not here, so 65. Goofy, Funhead Kortehoff, and Simon Hendry for Cameron Dawson. Also a fairly new partnership, I think only this year, or maybe.
Yeah, towards
Yeah.
the end of last year, they partnered up. Goofy has his own way of going. I was lucky enough to ride him once or twice, and I can tell you Simon does a really good job on this horse. He's got lots of personality, but wants to jump and wants to leave them up, and can be lightning quick against the clock.
Yeah, I was going to say, seems to be the type of horse that you can be very competitive on.
And Simon, an amazing jockey. He's got such a level head. He's a guy that's just bred for this sport. Another horse finding.
Sort of running down and through that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
you say, like Simon is also just
a
such a
masterclass.
good rider to just get on and get the job sort of done.
Simon, a new father.
Yes, I
Um,
see at the show.
Again. Baby boy, him and
Very,
Shandy.
very cute.
So congrats, guys, on that. So I think it's still at the early stages, though, Ash, when it's the mom's problem and
Yeah,
they
when it's
sleep.
the
I don't
mom-
think the dad has to get
They
involved.
haven't taken over. He hasn't taken over so much as yet.
I'm still trying to sit in that first phase. It's just working out less and less in my favor lately.
You and Roddy.
Ronnie's so busy, Shane. So yeah, Simon.
Actually, a really nice round.
Yeah,
Horse jumping that last jump beautifully.
not running the horse off his feet. I think he's one that's quite tricky once you potted him up. So he'll be saving
Yeah.
him for the jump off on the final
Sort
day.
of like Simon was cantering down to that number 5 and asking the horse to wait, and the horse was just sort of arguing with him. But I'm sure by the time the champs comes, they'll be ready to go.
Gone down 14 times from our 60 riders, meaning you're almost as likely to pull the final rail as you are to go clear.
Western Farriers, Alpha Ruby, and Stacey Lee Weston.
Western Farriers, Alpha Ruby.
Stacey
Now-
now training with Barry.
With Barry, yes.
And she is riding at the top of her game. I mean, she really is
She really is sort of on form
in flying form,
at the
and
moment. Yeah.
she's got a lot of horses that they bred themselves.
Lua
and
Jamal
she-
at the moment is
Yeah.
untouchable with Stacey.
And she's produced them, and she's now
did
got a
they
whole
breed
string
this
up
one?
at the top of the lip. No, I think she bought this from Stacey. I've gone blank. From Stacey.
I know which Stacey you're talking about, but I can't remember her surname. Okay.
And this horse has a massive jump. I think it's going to take some putting together.
That was nice.
But I know Stace thinks the world of this horse. and it must be burning every inch of her to not go fast, because Stacey loves to fly. Well, she's still turning up
She's
tight.
still going
There you go.
inside, but this horse looks like it just has a really nice canter to sort of jump around these tracks. It looks like it's level and big and
I think
covers the ground.
I think deceiving from here.
Yeah.
I think it's a bigger horse than what we
Yes.
realize. And Stacey, just a small girl, big personality, small in stature. So I think
Really
this is
nice
going to be
ride.
one that's going to jump up the grades and produce on.
But unlucky there, I think, thought at number 4, because after that the horses jumped really nicely.
Definitely a bit of distraction down the long side of the arena there.
71, the only rail down, the offset fence number 4. Horses with 4 penalties, no matter how quick it is, not going to get
Next we have Tara Lowe with Kuda Insured's president.
inside the time allowed. 67 goes
New
next,
mom
Tara
as
Lowe,
well.
Kuda Insured's
Yeah,
from
we,
Cape Town.
we just got the pleasure of
Yeah,
playing with her.
spending a little bit of time with
daughter,
Ivy.
Just smiley, bubbly personality, just like her mom. So, Mr. President, not at peak fitness at the moment. He'd had a bit of a layoff and then had an abscess. So Tara said just using these shows to get him back up and running. I mean, he's one that's jumped the big classes with her.
Yeah.
Tara's an amazing jockey. I mean, she has such a natural feel and talent.
Oh, Tara.
Oh,
Um,
definitely
also
something.
just not sort of wanting to go down into that corner, and that's so unlike that horse to
Definitely.
do that.
Tara Lowe, Kuda Insured's president.
But Tara looks
Even
okay.
Tara.
I think she's quite confused.
Yeah.
That would probably be one of the first times that's ever happened with that combination. But good to see that
Both are okay.
both rider and horse are okay. Definitely some distraction there down that long side, because horses are not jumping that 4 and 5
4
very
and 5
well.
very well, no. Okay, so they're going to build number 4 back up, and our next rider we're going to watch is Callahoo Corleone and Paige.
Back for a
Gage
third
is
time.
back. And this is also just such a special horse.
Ash, you're going to have to enlighten me, because
I
I'm a
know.
bit old-fashioned now. Usually if my horse is naughty, I hang on for dear life, and if they're really naughty, I hang on tighter. Then I've seen other people, they have a red ribbon in the horse's tail.
Yes.
This is new to me, the red.
The red ribbon on
the-
his brow band.
Does that mean he doesn't kick but he spins?
Yes.
Is
So
that what
that's
it means?
exactly what it means. So Paige was telling me the other day that
So if
people,
you're cantering towards
yeah,
her, then you
people
must
canter
turn
straight
around.
towards her, and
Then you
her
must
horse
turn around
spins.
and canter in the same direction as her.
Yes,
Okay.
that is
Every
what she's
day-
trying to achieve with the red ribbon on the brow band.
Every day is a school day.
But this horse is incredible. I just love him. I think he has the most.
Was he purchased off the auction, I think, by Shelley Moore?
Yes.
And ridden by Ryan Walbridge?
And then they bought him from them, and then Paige has been jumping him. I mean, not for overly such a long time. And I think they're still finding their partnership. They're still learning each other, but I think that they're going to be really, really good together. This team.
I 100% agree with you, and I think, with these horses that are so super talented and have as much jump and scope as he does, I
Yeah.
think it's quite hard to learn, because
Yes.
when you press the wrong buttons, the consequences are quite severe. Like this horse I've seen jump meter 90
Yeah.
over a 120 fence when she maybe squeezes her leg a bit too tight.
Yes. And his stride, he's just got so much stride that I think sometimes he can run her into a little bit of trouble.
Sure.
If you don't make your mind up quick enough. So I think that's also what they're working a lot on with Gonda is, just keeping the same length of stride before the jump through the corner. And she has been working really, really hard on it. So it's good to see that she's having a
Starting to
smooth
reap the
round,
rewards of the
yeah.
effort, yeah.
because I think it's paying off for her, which is really nice to see. I think she jumped a good round there. Like I say, I think this is a long-term horse for her, and it's I think it's good enough to be a World Cup horse for her. So I'm sure she's just spending these years in these classes learning each other.
Next up, Ronnie Hausberger.
Yeah, back for the third time. Let's see if he can do a hat trick.
Hat trick of clears.
Yeah. Also owned by Verdant Capital and Tanya Strauss. So Ron has gotten both her horses now until she's back.
Did you jinx him?
Did I? Did he have that down?
Yeah. Front trailer number 2.
Oops.
That's okay.
I think this horse...
When Ronnie rides at home, does he ever look like he's not grumpy? Because when he rides at the show, he always looks... I mean, he's about to win Derby, or he's about to win the Outer Grand Prix, and he looks like he's just had the worst day at the office that anyone's ever had.
Well, that's entirely possible.
I thought being married to you, he'd smile more often.
You would think.
Oh, you think he can hear me? Because he just broke out in a smile on the way to that fence.
He is actually having a good round on this horse. This horse has been a bit...
I spoke to him last night. He said feels like it can get a bit stuck in his body every now and then.
He's just... needs a little bit of time again with Ron. And he seems to be finding his rhythm again a bit now.
For sure.
I didn't see the horse jump on the first day, so...
I did, and it's looking already today much softer and easier.
Better, yeah.
More fluid.
I'm sure by the time the champs comes, they'll be good again. Now, horse jumped nicely.
Good round, very good round.
51.65, some way off his leading effort, and with 4 penalties arriving at fence.
Okay, next we have Leona van der Merwe on the 334 Sporthorse stud mare, 334 Giselle. And I could be wrong, Sten, but I'm pretty sure this mare is by Casal. And I really like her.
Yes,
really like
springy
her.
hair.
Yeah.
Pretty and springy.
It's pretty and springy, and I just think that she just looks like she's an amazing horse to ride and work with.
I saw her in the early days with Leona, and it was quite unusual to think of a horse as not being scopy when you watch her jump like this, because now she looks like, I mean, it looks like this is just the beginning of her career.
I know,
but as a young horse,
she looked putting them up.
She looked cute and springy, but like cute and springy, not.
Yeah. Okay, just a little bit of a miscommunication there. I think Lee wanted one less.
But I think all these partnerships for Leona and Chris, they haven't been together that long with these horses.
Giselle, very new to the 135s.
Okay,
I mean, I don't even think she was in the 130s for very long. So I just think that was just a green mistake. But a really, really special mare. I really like her.
Sure, how well did she jump there? Really nice to see. Like I said to you earlier, sometimes these careful horses, once they make a mistake or the rider makes a mistake or whatever happens, they can get a bit
stuck.
Can get a bit worried, and she really didn't. Leona just reassured her on landing and went on and jumped a very smooth second half of the course.
Really, really good. Charlie Ann Crockett is back again on Odina van Berrymar. I don't know much about this.
A very new partnership.
Generally watch a lot of Charlie.
I think the mare landed early this year in the country. Hot buzzy time. Charlie keeps telling me that I would love this horse.
Okay.
I'm not sure I would love it after Charlie, because you'd have to follow in her footsteps and try and do as good a job. But definitely bouncy. She can do that a little bit in the turns. I mean, you just got to be patient and work with her, I think.
And I think that type of thing doesn't bother Charlie at all.
Not
she sort of just
one
keeps her
bit.
eye on the fence and keeps going. Charlie looks like she's going to give it a go.
Yeah,
Well, it wouldn't be Charlie
that
if
is
she
very
wasn't
quick.
giving it a
Her
go.
ground speed there after number 6 is
Oh, and
picked
she's
up
quick back
incredibly.
here. Good. Tight.
This will be
Yeah.
tricky, a tricky part with this mare. Yeah,
Yeah, just arguing a little bit in the wanting to play almost.
yeah, that's a new
Corner.
partnership sort of thing, though. You know, learning how to turn up tight after a.
Whoa. It's going to be
Shook.
quick
These
though.
top guys
It's
are
gonna
under
be really
pressure.
quick.
33, 34. Yeah. Not quite good
No,
enough to beat
but
Ronnie,
just into
but
second.
into
Just
second
into
place.
second. Really, really close.
400ths of a second behind
Sure.
Ronnie.
8 goes second.
Look how tight those top three are.
38.84, 38.88, and 38.89. Sure. Incredible. Tack and Togs Layla. Oh, no. Noble Leopard is next with Jennifer Jacoby. Yeah, Sten, I almost think if that mare didn't play around
Yes,
there in the
kick
corner,
up.
she would have been quicker.
For sure, for sure. Jennifer Jacoby, a Noble Leopard. Another lady that trains with Gonda. Or did train with Gonda,
Did?
and I think now with Chad Cunningham.
Yeah.
A partnership that's,
And also just a consistent partnership.
I was going to
hey?
say, a partnership that's quite mileaged
Yeah.
at this level. And she'll know this horse backwards. They've been together for quite some time.
Jennifer also always quite competitive. So
Yeah.
I'm sure once she's over this prestige oxer, she'll be giving it a bit of a go.
Another horse that likes to run and jump, so naturally quick against the clock. Yeah. And she's on quite an inside line there.
Oh, good ride.
Yeah.
Sure, good turn. Come on. Oh. Just going around that time. It was quick over that.
Jennifer having a really good round.
Yeah, that was super.
Yeah.
Really, really competitive. So she goes into ninth.
In the top 10 in a class of this caliber,
Yeah.
I mean, you've done well, I think. Really nice round.
19 clears, 20 prizes available, and 5 riders to come. Kelly O'Connor.
Next we have Kelly O'Connor with Tack and Togs Layla.
And they're taunting 38.84 for the lead.
Another young lady that you've grown up
Yep.
riding with and competing.
Yeah, known Carl for a very long time, since
I'll
our
never
children
forget-
career.
I'll never forget the two of you. I think 16 years old, your first junior champs. You'd literally just finished children's a few months prior. And I think you were both first and second in the junior champs. You were first and second in children's in the June, and first and second in December in the
Yeah.
juniors. I've never seen two girls go so fast.
Oh, come on.
Leia just showing her class.
Yeah,
You can
I
trot
mean,
jumps. I don't know why everyone's cantering.
Kelly
Waste
looked
of
like she
time.
was trotting into her gymnastic then. Looked really, really nice.
You might have to trot with a bit more pace though to get in the time limits, I think. She did have a dressage show. Did you see? She did a dressage show the other day with this horse, so that could be.
So she might be getting a bit
She
confused.
thought she was supposed to halt at X.
No, I think she's remembering now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure Carl's
Sure.
going to give it a go.
Yeah.
I love this mate.
We saw how fast those Irish riders went in the Tri-Nations class. Kelly's got a bit of Irish
Yeah,
in her, so
for
she'll
sure.
be. She'll
She's
be
quick, yeah?
there to prove a point.
What's she doing? 1, 2, 3.
She's going to be a little bit off those leaders' times, I think. But not far.
Not far, no. Up clear over the last fourth.
39 into fourth place.
Super
Very
round.
speedy effort, but not speedy enough. 39.
I'm sure Cull will be very chuffed with that. That mare hasn't been back here competing for too long, so she's really coming up the grades quite quickly.
A few riders left to come, 3 of them. Jason Slade being the anti-penultimate, and Data Science's Orenta.
Okay, we got 4 more to go. Data Sciences, Orenta, Funhead, Pegasov, and Jason Slade for Slade Equestrian.
Who looks like he's also eating the micronized barley. I mean, every time I see him, he gets taller, this guy. The good thing about that is also every time we see him, he rides better and better.
Yeah,
hey?
yeah, he's really come on. Yeah, his riding is really improved. He's riding with Ray now, and he's just finding such a good
Tune, they've got a good
tune
partnership.
and a rhythm. Yeah, and I love this horse. I just think it's... there's something about this horse.
Yeah, he's got his own way of cantering along,
yeah.
but when he gets to the jump, he really springs. Hey, Gilbert Triggle once used a term to describe Thomas, his son, saying that he had horse sickness, in a good way, as in he's just obsessed with the horses and the sport. And this
like
is another
Jason,
young man who's definitely got horse sickness. This guy lives and breathes show jumping and horses.
Yeah, and he's been doing it. I mean, we've all watched him grow up, so...
Yeah, from the time he was only as tall as his long boots now. Hard to believe.
No, I really love this combination, and I think that this Jason's going to do really well with this horse, and I don't think it will be long till he's in the bigger classes with this horse.
Having a really smooth, fast round.
Yeah. Very competitive.
I think he's going to be good enough there to get into the tickets.
Yeah. It goes into 14th with that round.
24, it's clear all the way for Jason Slade into 14th place.
Okay. Oxford Special Deluxe, Barry Taylor for Brett Latimer. I'm sure Barry's going to give it a go. He's always very competitive on this one.
This might be this horse's first 135. The other day he was third in the 130s. I think he was third in the 130s on this horse. Barry thinks the world of this horse. Says he hasn't had one like this in a long time.
And that's something for Barry to say.
Yeah, he thinks he's coming back into the sport to teach your husband a lesson about winning classes. He says you all better watch out because he's coming. He's got a new heart and a new horse.
I don't put it past Barry, I must say. He is the schoolmaster.
Yep. Still loves a good banter, Barry.
Yeah.
And he'll never let you, and he'll never let you forget how good he is.
Yeah, never. This horse is jumping phenomenal. Wow.
And he has a full sibling in the 120s.
Yes.
So it's going to be double trouble for everyone to deal with.
Oh.
Sure.
Inside here?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, this is a
years of experience.
Oh,
that's
super.
it. Wasting no time to the double there either.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's
there
your
you go.
7.
Inside. Come on.
So a little bit off the leader's time, but
what a round.
Really good round. Just a treat to watch.
7 clear all the way. Barry Taylor goes 7th for riding Brett Latimer's Oxford Special Deluxe.
Just a treat to watch him when he's in fine form like this, Barry.
It's so nice to have him back in the arena with us. Next we have Aisling Triggle for the 334 Sporthorse Stud, 334 Cadiz van der Pitzenberg.
A partnership that has been in really good form of late.
Yes, and I'm sure she's going to be giving it a go today. I was standing with her earlier when we were walking the track and she was planning all the turns, so... And her and this horse just get on. They really, really have formed a nice partnership together.
Yeah, they're a great team.
Oh.
Amazing how many horses have battled with that line.
Yes. It's just like they run a little bit past the takeoff points and then they're a little bit deep to the oxer. And I don't know if it's because they're looking at something behind there.
Really Good shot there.
She'll go around now.
Just taking the pressure
Yeah.
off a bit, but this mare really jumping well.
Five, six, seven, eight. She'll throw that line really nicely. And canters to the last. Oh, also had it
Another
down.
victim
Yeah.
of that last jump. So that
unlucky.
concludes our class. It looks like we might stand under correction. I think that Charlie Crockett, who's currently in second place, may have, we couldn't see from where we're sitting, but may have had that last fence down.
Fence down, yeah.
Which would be such a shame. She had such an amazing round. Yep. So just give us 2 seconds and we'll be back with your results shortly.
And an additional 4 penalties there for AT at that final fence. Correction to an earlier result. There were 4 penalties for Charlie Ann Crockart and Odiana van Berrymar coming at the very last fence. Unfortunately, the only fence on track, somewhat unsighted from the judges' box. Stand by, we'll have your results in just a moment's time. That last fence caught out a number of riders, nearly 20 of them pulled that final rail, meaning we had almost as many clears as we did penalties coming out the last obstacle. Your results for this class: 20 prizes on offer, the top 6 in for the prize giving and the top 3 to bring your grooms. Victory goes to Ronnie Healy for Don Capital's Callaghan O'Connor. Second place to Paige Noonan, Rivervale Bonvie. Third to Kelly O'Connor, Tackentog's Layla. In fourth, Kayla Gertenbach.
Okay, well that brings to an end our 135 two-phase. Our prizes are in first place for Dunce Capital's Callaghan O'Connor and Ronnie Healy. Second, Rivervale Bonvie and Paige Noonan. Third was Tackentog's Layla and Kelly O'Connor. Fourth, Lacano Ballard and Kayla Gertenbach. Fifth, Skynamo Doggerard Blade and Amanda Moore. And sixth, Oxford Special Deluxe and Barry Taylor. I will now leave the commentary box, and I'm sure you'll be joined shortly for the 140 competition in 2 phases.
17th going to Callaghan Caspiano, Ronnie Healy. 18th to Dartoli and Gareth Neal. 19th to Jen Odell and Finding Troy. And in 20th place, Uthman Minty and Optima Callaghan Lebanon. Those top 6 riders in and the top 3 to please bring your grooms as well, because there's wonderful grooms prizes courtesy of Top Bet. Don't forget, there's also that Top Bet grooms raffle happening this weekend. You can enter your grooms down in the main show office. We'll be doing that draw ahead of the main class on Sunday. 3 prizes will be drawn, with 3,000, 2,000 and 1,000 rand going to those 3 grooms. Judge for the class, Mr. Jean-Michel Turlot, goes forward to award our prizes. Ronnie Healy claims victory on Contenders captain Caliho Connor, 38.8 for the winning time. Ronnie also picked up the 17th place for Caliho Caspiano. In second place, Paige Noonan by 5/100ths of a second on Rivervale Bonby. And third place to Kelly O'Connor, Tack and Togs Layla. Our top 3 grooms here today picking up a wonderful prizes courtesy of Top Bet. A big thank you to Aisling Triggle and the Top Bet team for supporting our grooms. In fourth place, we had Kayla Gertenbach and Meccano Ballard. Our top 4 placings, the only riders to dip beneath that 40-second barrier. Fifth, going to Amanda Moore, Skynamo Dakharat Blade. And 6th place to Barry Taylor and Oxford Special Deluxe. Very well done to all our prize winners. Once those on foot are safely out the way and the final photos have been taken, ladies and gents, a round of applause for Ronnie Healy and Verdant Capital's Caliho Connor.